Well, well, well. It's the end of the weekend, or the beginning of a week. It depends on if you're the optimist or the pessimist in this case, but how is everyone doing? I'm doing pretty okay. Actually, I'm doing less than okay. I know, can you believe it? My ice cream experiments, they didn't go so well. In fact, my ice cream experiments went so poorly that my blender actually broke. Now, be not afraid. It wasn't the entire blender that broke. It was just the attachment. Like, you've got the base of the blender, so you have the motor and all of the buttons and everything like that, and then you have the jug or whatever that you connect to it. There is this contraption that whenever you lock the blender jug in place, it connects to it. It didn't, I guess, lock on properly, or maybe it twisted it so hard, but something happened to it to the point where it just snapped. So the entire, connector piece of the jug came off, which now means I have to buy a replacement for it. And unfortunately, a replacement for it is like $20 because I have to get an entirely new blade in that case, even though the blades themselves still, chop through things fine. They're just, not connecting. So the blades don't spin at all. The motor spins, and I've tried it with, the food processor attachment, and I've tried it with, the bullet attachment. And by the bullet attachment, I mean, one of those miniature 1/4 pieces where it doesn't have the same amount of volume as a jug. A jug gets you about a gallon, maybe, at most, whereas the jug is more like 2 liters. The bullet one is more like 2 cups, or 1.5 cup of volume, which is about 500 milliliters of liquid, in terms of volume. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I also don't think that I added enough xanthan gum, so it just ended up being a slightly, but not entirely, ice crystal kind of mess. I don't know. I'm still working through it. I'm still figuring it out. So maybe it's just a matter of recipe. I was trying to think of how to make lower calorie recipes and the like for it, in which case I only used milk. I added a bit of protein powder, and I added a bit of cocoa powder and some sweetener to it. But man, it is unfortunate that my blender decided to give out then and there. So I guess I'm gonna have to find a lazier solution to figure out how to do this, but I don't have a proper ice cream maker, so who knows? That really sucks. Indeed. Indeed it does, my apprentice. Unfortunately, not even my magic can spare myself from such a situation. I thought that maybe it's because I meant to use an ice cream maker would be ideal, right? The ideal is that you have something constantly churning the ice cream so that it creates the soft texture and breaks up the ice crystals, in which case then you get one of those tumbler ice cream makers. But just using a blender, leaving it to freeze for 30 to 45 minutes, it wasn't enough. And also, it broke my blender somehow, which is kind of crazy because the whole point of the blender is so that it can make things like smoothies, so it shouldn't have completely died, you know? It should have at least blended through ice and toil and trouble so that I could have made some ice cream for myself. But no, unfortunate, was not the case. How is everyone else though? Today's agenda is going to be a bit of gaming while discussing Spice and Wolf Season 2 the first half. I was gonna say half 1, but that might not make sense. So the first 6 episodes of Spice and Wolf we'll probably be discussing, first and foremost. I figured this is more of a background thing, so I don't want to put on anything that's overly stimulating, right? I was contemplating maybe I should play a bit of the Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries mode today, just to have something on in the background, but I wonder if that's too high octane. If that's something that I can even pay attention to and play at the same time while I'm just, like, hanging out here and talking about it, because, I don't know, I pull up my notes, and I've got, like, everything that I want to talk about whenever it concerns Spice and Wolf Season 2, so maybe, yes, no, I'm not sure. I'm doing fine. Already want the 3 days off this weekend. I hope it comes to you soon. I hope it comes to you soon. I really yearn for vacation as well. It's all about just waiting and biding one's time, you know? Waiting until it's the moments where you can just relax and chillax. However, I always feel like the time that we get to take off for ourselves is largely inconvenienced by the fact that we need a rest as well. So whenever you work an entire week and then you only get 2 days to relax and chillax, I don't know. I have like one rest day and then one day where I'm editing videos and whatnot, and I got through my next 2 weeks of shorts, so now I can begin working on the compilation thing again, or the monthly compilation, so I'll get around to that as well. Should be something for near the end. Yes, depends on who shows up, because if so, then I'm contemplating maybe we do a little bit of Rimworld, but that depends on who shows up for the Rimworld part of it, or the Rimworld segment of it, to which I'm not sure. We'll have to see how many people tune in. Otherwise, I'm just going to ramble on about my different notes that I had while watching both the 2024 version and 2008 version second half of Spice and Wolf. Otherwise, I think as a bit of like a precursor to it, I really like the 2024 version. I watched some of it, and yeah, I realized as well that the 2024 version is actually just a combination of both seasons 1 and 2 of Spice and Wolf, and I kind of wasn't... I was kind of surprised by that. I kind of wasn't expecting that it was just going to be both of them combined. So it's just an updated art style, but it has some liberties to change a couple of things, like changing Chloe for the man like it was in the manga. So I think it's more accurate to the manga's depiction, at least. Hello, I'm here. Just wanted to ask around what time Rimworld would begin. Yeah, that's what I'm not wholly sure of. We'll have to see how many people tune in, but I figure that we would start with Rimworld in about 50 to 1 hour, or yeah, 50 to 1 hour 10 minutes in terms of that. Yeah, I said that in the server. Yeah, I noticed some of your posts for it. I don't always reply, but I'm always watching. And welcome, Disco. I hope you tune in then later for the Rimworld segment of the stream, if so. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to play something else or just be talking and yapping the entire time about my thoughts on it. But I want to throw on something in the background as well, so that you can at least watch something. I don't know how important it is to people to have something on at the same time, right? Like, I was thinking about it the other day because I've tuned into a couple of people's just chatting streams. How important is it to people to have a stream where there is always something going on screen? And that's what I was thinking to myself. Like, maybe instead I should just record some, like, B-roll footage or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to do this whole Minecraft parkour thing where there's just a bunch of Minecraft parkour going on the entire time. But, you know, I figure that, it would probably be nice to have something going on in the background as well. I was contemplating to myself what would work for B-roll footage, and I think that maybe, just maybe, Mortal Sin works pretty well. I really like Mortal Sin. I don't know if it's something that you guys are familiar with. Or those CSGO, whatever it's called, videos. Oh, you mean surf videos? Yeah. Dude, I completely forgot about that. The problem is, sliding around on those weird maps, yeah, the problem is that I can't surf. I played CS Source and I played CSGO, way long time ago. Maybe like, oh, actually, I can check CSGO, or I guess it's called Counter-Strike 2 now. Yeah, I last played it 10 years ago. When did I last play Source? I played that one 16 years ago, and then apparently I have Half-Life Deathmatch, though I never played that on PC. I actually played, initially, I played some of the original Half-Life stuff on the Orange box. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Orange box, but it was the bought/paid version of Half-Life, Team Fortress 2, Portal, and Half-Life Deathmatch. It's really old. I don't even remember what comes of it. Because I think there was an exclusive reward or hats or something that you got in TF2 if you bought the Orange box, but I don't think I even played online much at that point whatsoever. I bought it because I was like, hey, look, there are single-player games here, and it's like 4 for the price of 1, and I was like, yeah, don't mind if I do. So I nabbed it, played through it, and I played TF2, and I was like, this would be cool if I had friends. Except, yeah, I didn't have online, so I didn't bother. I'm mostly a single-player gamer, all things considered. Other than that, I'm thinking maybe we do a bit more of Peglin. There are a couple of games just in general. I need to make like a list. I was thinking Noita is pretty fun. I quite enjoy Noita just because of the hijinks and spells and whatnot that you can do. Hello, Spearfree. How are you doing? Then I don't know. I don't think my Binding of Isaac game is modded. I'm just trying to create a bit of variety, you know? Every single Sunday just happens to be Peglin Day. I'm not too sure. But maybe, just maybe. I think, actually, I could do a bit of Noita, just because I think it's quite fun. I just finished episode 6 of Season 2. Wonderful. We're waiting for a couple more people to trickle in before we begin anything, I reckon. Mainly because I think... right now, it's just me, Mr. Brown, and you in that case. Disco said that he would be back for the Rimworld portion of the stream. So we'll see then how that goes. Noita would be good too? Yeah, right? I like Noita. I'm now curious. What do I have? What do I have to do with this? Yeah, I'll return later, bye. No worries, take care. See you soon, then, in that case. I'm gonna boot up Noita in the background. I've also got Rimworld loading in the background because right now it's taken 10 plus minutes to load. So it has quite a long time on it. I guess it's also because I've got OBS and whatnot in the background, but yeah, it takes like 10 minutes to load or boot up my game each time. So I also watched 6 episodes of 2024 version and same choice with Chloe, I Hate Yade. Yeah. Okay, I'll both pull up the game and I'll pull up some of my notes on it. Albeit, you won't see my notes. I'll just have them up on my second monitor. Is there a big difference between the two versions? So there are a couple of versions, or a couple of differences. I would say the 2024 one is much more faithful to the manga with some of the liberties taken. It has a consistent art style, but honestly, I like the 2008's art style. The main differences that you'll find are the animation quality, some of the characters being swapped out, and some of the scenes will have more or less the same dialogue, but some will have allusions to further or later on plot points. Take, for instance, the beginning of 2024 is way different than the 2008 one. One of the characters, Chloe, does not show up in the 2024 one, but she does in the 2008, so it's a 2008 exclusive character. Then, let's see, I wrote down a little bit more. It should be in my notes here. Oh... Yeah, actually, it doesn't look like there was much left. I didn't notice anything, not anything that stuck out to me, but I looked online, and some of the changes were just mostly dialogue and how they did things. Like, for instance, whenever Lawrence fell out of the cart initially, he didn't scream and black out. Instead, Hollow looked at him in disappointment. Then there was another scene where, when Lawrence wakes up in the Traders Guild, or the Merchants Guild for the, I think it was Milone? I'm not sure. He woke up and there was a slightly different flashback, but that could also arguably be a design decision as opposed to it. So, Is it just me, or is the stream buffering a little bit today? You got that too? Maybe it's because Rimworld was not responding in the background. It's currently at 15 minutes loading. 15 minutes of loading this time instead. Let me capture some of my Noita stuff instead, however, so we can at least play something, or have something on in the background. Here we go. Noita, probably the perfect game for me, a wizard. A wizard. Let's do a new game. Actually, my mods, my options rather, unless the game stops responding. Streaming. Here we go. Connect. Connecting. There we go. New game. New world. Well, well, well. Back into this, I suppose. Back into the depths. I really quite like Noita. Noita is very fun. I like all the simulated pixels and everything as a part of it. Oh, I should... No, I was thinking about it. I don't need the chat over... or the notes overlay. Do you guys mind or want the notes overlay? It's probably going to save something very similar to as it did before. And that's just things like... let's see. I've got what was your impression, characters, plot, setting, and how our thoughts changed. And then I've got a couple of my notes. I think maybe some of my thoughts are going to change later to the end of the series, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. I've been playing Noita in co-op with a mod. Really? Wait, there's a co-op mod for Noita? That's pretty cool. Noita. I've never played co-op for Noita. Okay, I think Rimworld is also just eating my resources in the background. Okay, well, it's still loading at least. Let's see. I think I think Rimworld is really doing its thing in the background. Well, there's the first couple of votes. Invert controls. So mean. So mean. I wonder where the rest of the guys are. I wonder how their playthrough, Silent Scythes and Virgil's, is going for... because they finished Resident Evil 5, didn't they? Okay, here we go. Yeah, oh my gosh. I wonder what mod is getting rid of my particles as well. Okay, sorry. I keep checking because something's slowing down and I think... Hello, Shamsi! How are you? How are you? We're just talking a little bit about, well, both Noita and where the rest of the guys are. I wonder if Rimworld opening up in the background is what's causing the slowdown, because look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry you have to see this, but, okay, there we go. Now Rimworld is open in the background, but is it still going to slow down my game? I think it is. Oh, maybe I should have closed it, and then we would have a pause period, but I don't know if I want to wait, like, 20 minutes to open the game. You know what? I can probably do it, and then we can have a gap. How are you doing, though? How's your weekend been? Actually, let me pause this, and let me close Rimworld. I waited 15 minutes for it, and now it's gone. Oh, well. Yeah, now it's fine. At least for me, it's fine. I don't know if it's noticeable on stream at all. So, I had a couple of questions written down for everyone's thoughts on Spice and Wolf thus far. What did you guys think of the first half? And then we'll get to some of the NPCs, or some of the... I don't know why I call them NPCs. They're more like background/side characters. Because one of the main things that I think was a takeaway was more so how the trust between Hollow and Lawrence has been established. Very much so when it regards the interaction with Amarty. But what did you guys think? I'm doing good. How was your weekend then, and what are your plans for the week, Shamsi? Because all in all, I think. Wait, why does it say 20? Oh, that's because I picked it up. I love this game. Yeah, it's one of my favorite games as well. It's so good. I haven't really done any of the secrets and everything yet, so I'm just playing this playing this as mindless fun, even though maybe parts of it can't be played mindlessly. So I think I said most of what I thought last time. I still really hate Amarty. Yeah, Amarty is really frustrating. But also, I think he's a really good foil to try and show what a naive character kind of looks like. In terms of, oh, I'm stuck in the wall somehow. Okay. I can't... Sure. I think Amarty is a good foil for the difference between the naivete of Lawrence and him, as well as how Hollow analyzes him to be just a boy that wants to live life as a knight. He's not a merchant, but first and foremost, he lives like he is a knight. In which case, Lawrence decides that, oh, the best way that I can think of taking... I don't want to say taking advantage per se, but the best way he can think of trying to fell Amarty for all of his wealth and all of his success, because he is a low noble, is by besting him using his merchant tactics, I think. And I think it was a pretty good display, all in all, of how Lawrence is as a character and how the trust/relationship between both Hollow and Lawrence has developed throughout the first season to the second season. I don't know how you guys felt about it. Some of my personal gripes, I would say, are probably that Lawrence was surprisingly unconfident, or for the circumstance, he was very unconfident. While to an extent I can understand it, I think it's also because he was so concerned about or concerned for Hollow that he didn't want to lose her. You have trouble controlling your wand? That should be fine. I didn't really mind Amarty, but I like that the main conflict wasn't about financial ruin. Yeah, I think that the way the show goes about creating conflict and tension, being through a variety of, like, different interactions or dire situations, per se, is pretty nice. I think it's a little bit sad that it had to be done via Amarty just, like, scaring Lawrence so much, like, oh gosh, am I gonna lose Hollow? Welcome, Virgil. How are you doing? How are you doing? How's your weekend? And how are you now? What is the name of this anime you're talking about? It is Spice and Wolf. Every week, and it's in the Discord as well, we vote on what anime/manga we want to watch together. And Spice and Wolf is... Oh, I turned into this guy. Spice and Wolf is the story about a merchant and essentially a pagan god going on a romantic adventure. But when I say romantic adventure, I more mean it like... Hollow is a wise wolf, and Lawrence is the merchant, and they're both, like, romantic interests to each other. And their adventure is basically just Lawrence's daily slice of life stuff as they travel to the north in order to take Hollow back to the north where she came from. So, have you guys been getting artists promoting their stuff? I auto-banned them, so they shouldn't be showing up, if that's what you mean. Otherwise, no, I haven't been having any of them recently. I just have a couple of blocked words and whatnot. What annoyed me is that he had 100% chance to win this, to get money, and literally no chance Hollow would choose Amarty. But then she reads the letter, and of course it got uncertain. They had to make it interesting, and that he really didn't answer her questions and was quiet. I think it's a little bit in combination of that, right? Like, it's a combination of... Lawrence not knowing how to interact with Hollow, and Lawrence not knowing how he should interact with Hollow. Because Hollow tells him, you should be more open, you should talk to me, why don't you do so? And he decides, well, I can't tell her about this, I can't tell her about that. But the entire point of the arc, because keeping in mind that this is approximately following the manga where we're at about chapter 40 out of 100, it's meant to be the turning point where he knows that he can trust her for the rest of the show or the rest of the series, right? Or at least their journey together. So I don't mind in so much as I think Lawrence probably does man up a little bit more or whatever, you know? So I do at least like that I do at least like that Lawrence improves in that sense. Why did I just take like random damage at some point? Okay. This feels like very overkill, this one that I've got going on here. That also annoyed me a little. Okay, what do you feel like your main grievances were?
Is it mostly with Lawrence's personality, or is it how he interacts? Sounds nice. I'll watch it. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, feel free. We've got the last AniManga Club session on this next week, and then we also have a vote after that for what we watch next, and the category is superheroes. Only 40 out of 100. I thought we were way closer to the end. Unfortunately not. We didn't get, what's it called? We didn't get the 3rd or 4th season, I guess, to close off the entire thing. So instead, we just don't have much else, so to speak. Like, we only have the manga from that point on. Probably just how he interacts. Instead of just saying at least something, he freezes and it makes it worse in my opinion. I think so as well. I think that because Lawrence tends to freeze up and because he tends to not do anything about it, I think he is fighting it, though. That's the thing. I think Lawrence is fighting it. It's like he does still try to resolve things or try to fix things between him and Hollow. Like, he knows that when he's wrong, he immediately tries to apologize. He knows that when he didn't tell her, he knew that he messed up. He knew that when he was afraid after seeing her wolf form again, that he realized, oh, I shouldn't judge her for that, or I shouldn't be afraid of her. He should try to accept her for who she is and whatnot. However, I think that it's in combination because of his naivete and because technically he is dealing with what is essentially a pagan god in his eyes. So I can understand or I can sympathize to that extent, but I do think, yeah, I think it's very much how he decides to interact and how he chooses to kind of make amends with Hollow for what's happened, because again, his fault for not trusting Hollow. He should have trusted Hollow completely, and that he wouldn't have, and that she wouldn't have picked Amarty before him or over him. Like, in essence, after that entire arc, she says, "Why did you think that I wouldn't have gone with you after everything we'd been through?" But also, I'm trying to remember the exact quote. I didn't actually write this down. I didn't write it down, but she said something along the lines of, "You probably shouldn't have done this for your merchant's pride," or "This was all for pride, wasn't it? Because you could have just ripped up the contract and nothing would have mattered. We wouldn't have to have gone through this in the first place." But yeah, I think... Oh my gosh. Why did my wand get double casting? I'm so confused. My wand got double casting and then I just lost all of the stuff there. I would have said how he interacts, but after hearing you talk about it, I understand it better and I mind it less. Yeah, I think, okay, to give context as well, I mentioned this during one of my previous streams, or one of the other streams that we had discussing this on an AniManga Club Sunday, but I think in context of the world, everything should be seen through a lens of, this is taking place during the medieval ages. These just regular peasants, especially Lawrence himself, are super duper unsure about how the way the world works, mainly because they're relying on both peasant knowledge, being largely unable to read. Lawrence can read, but he's a merchant and he had some level of education. Most people believe what the church tells them. They still believe largely in pagan gods, and the church is just like now founding its power and setting its roots, or digging its roots into the world. And this is one of the, like, meta commentaries I wanted to get into later, but the whole point of, like, the story is learning to let go, or moving on, which is very cliche when it's described like that, but I can elaborate in a little bit once we get through this. Screw the church. I mean, it is very much like a, oh yeah, by the way, we just have this girl Nora who's a shepherd who we don't care about, and who's also... Wait, why is this charged? Oh, okay, because it's Fireball. We've got this shepherd Nora who we're intentionally sending to fend off to fight wolves, and if she manages to fend off the wolves, then we know that she's a wolf, but if she doesn't, then she wasn't. So it's kind of like a mix between paganism, the early establishments of churches in the medieval ages, and also the Salem witch trials, in essence. Oh, I keep forgetting to vote. Don't worry about it. It's just random effects to me at this point. But yeah. Oh, I just realized the wind is making it impossible for me to collect the gold. Oh, never mind. It's over. So there are a lot of elements that go into it, into why Lawrence believes or thinks the way that he does. Like when he first sees Hollow transforming. To him, this is just like something inconceivable, right? Imagine you go your entire life, your whole 25 years of life being a merchant and whatnot, hearing about the skepticisms of pagan gods still walking across the earth. Then a woman jumps into your cart in the middle of the night. You wake up, wonder why she's there, and she says, "Oh yeah, I'm a pagan god, by the way." And he's like, "No, you're not. You're just lying to me. That's just something that people say." And then she actually transforms into a giant wolf the size of like 5 men tall. And of course, I think he's going to be pretty terrified by that. I think that's pretty frightening. So I think under the context of that, he sometimes forgets that Hollow is a pagan god, technically. I think that's why he also has his reservations in how he decides to interact with her. Even though I feel like he should maybe have gotten over it by now, I still understand why he feels the way he does in context of, oh, I'm interacting with a god, maybe I should be a little bit more careful about what I say or do. But I do think that he should have had more trust in her, because so far she's not proven or shown to do anything that results in him trusting her less, you know? Especially with his past experiences with wolves as a merchant. Exactly. And that's the whole scene as well. And kind of goes into the meta commentary that I wanted to mention about learning to let go or learning to move on. Because the whole point there, or the whole motivation there, is that Lawrence is befriending a wolf after he's known multiple people to have died from or by wolves. But also because... Oh my gosh, am I gonna die here? I think I'm gonna die. Also because even Hollow admits that sometimes wolves, or maybe they're born from eating the heads of humans to gain their knowledge. It's like playing into his fears a bit, and even though she uses it a little bit as like pity points, it is still a point of oh, Hona's melee? Okay. Man. Oh, come on. I didn't know the frog would insta-kill me there because of my HP. Yeah, exactly. Just crazy. Crazy. I love the gambler, so I always go for the gambler. You died as the duck spawned. True. So, it's in essence trying to figure out how to deal with his past traumas of both wolves and men in interaction with them. So, I wouldn't blame Lawrence too much for him being like slightly frightful or fearful of why it is he acts a certain way. I would say it does make sense that he's afraid, but at the same time, it feels like it's a little bit much that he's sometimes afraid of Hollow, because again, he has no reason to distrust her. I still think it would be nice if they had more lovey-dovey moments, but that's just the romantic part of it that I enjoy. And I think going on to that, I think Amarty is a little bit of a foil to Lawrence, because it's meant to be a reflection of if Lawrence were morally just and not a merchant, it's meant to show his competencies. He's not meant to be a fully morally just person, and that's exactly why he was shown to be kind of prude or skittish whenever he decided to run away to go get the help of the... what was it called? The Malone Company, you know? Same, I want more romance. Exactly. So, he's quite skittish, and even though he does fear... Ow, buddy, come on. Wait, is he shooting... Are they shooting ducks? Oh, we're all shooting ducks. Okay. I was so confused. Yeah, so... Whoa, you're... No, it's not purple flavor. It's polymorph potion, buddy. It's not that. My apprentice, please. It's not that. How dare you insinuate otherwise? It's trying to foil Amarty as being a righteous or a just, like, knight hero type, even though why it's doing that is because it's trying to emphasize just how weird it is. Or not how weird it is, sorry, how unjustified it is, or how it doesn't always get you everywhere. Like, to be fair to Amarty, his entire situation hinges on the fact that he is part noble, he does have a lot of money, he has the authority to wave himself around and say that he will help Hollow. Like, he was able to dissolve his assets, he was there at the exact time that he needed to be for the pyrite sales, or prices to go up, and then earn a whole big profit based off of that. But I don't think that it makes him any better, and I think it's meant to represent his naivete, just in general, you know? Well, you seem like you swim in blue flavor? How dare you? I hate blue flavor. Blue flavor is not a thing. I don't know why you guys keep insisting this, but it's just not. I think you guys love to lie about things, and I really think you should stop lying about that. Blue flavor, of all things? No. Not real. It literally is a thing. No, it's not! You guys can't just keep saying it is a thing and then post pictures of blue flavor. Technically, it's blueberry or blue raspberry flavor. Like, those are flavors. Blue itself? No, it's not. Oh my gosh. What is that wand that he has? Please? Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna die. He got a really crazy wand, and now I'm on fire. Now I'm fire. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's meant to be a complete foil to how Lawrence is himself. I'm dead. I'm dead. Unless I can go through here. It is a foil to how Lawrence is himself, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's good that Amarty exists. However, I did think it was really sucky, that whole arc, trying to convince us that, for whatever reason, Hollow is someone that's untrustworthy, when I don't think that's the case at all. You know? I think Hollow is trustworthy, and I think it's a little bit sad that it was trying to depict her in that way, or Lawrence was even believing that she was like that, you know? Blueberry and other flavors like that are based on blue flavor. They're maybe based on it, but blue itself is not a flavor just because of that. So, I don't agree. Let's see, what's this flavor? Polymorphine. Okay. Polymorphine isn't that bad. Question is, I might die, so let's do this. I did get one of the, like, a crazy good... Oh my gosh. I'm on 1 HP. I really need to get a healing pack or something. What's this flavor? Psh. Oh yeah, I'll show you blue flavor. Hello, Solstice. How are you doing? How are you doing? What the kind of flavor is this?
This is not blue flavor. Blue flavor is something made up by people who don't know any better.
Okay. Is this... Oh, it's a fire rock. Okay, I don't want to accidentally die, so let's not do that. I need to play this really safely. Really, really safely. What is this one? This one is Thunder Charge and a Blast of Toxin. Okay, I won't use that. Let's shoot this. Please, aim straight down. Aim straight down. And then I wanted to get... Oh no, oh no. I wanted to get into a little bit of the meta topic that I was talking about, learning to let go, because that's one of the things that Spice and Wolf tends to handle in large majority. And you get to hear this, I think, actually in the 2024 one. This is one of the points that I wanted to bring up. The 2024 one really does emphasize this a lot more, and I think it's in part why the opening is the way that it is. I don't think it's only just because Lawrence and Hollow eventually get together or they have a kid or something like that, right? I'm not sure just yet if that's the case, but one of the main things as a prevalent theme throughout is that the past is being let go of and the new era is rolling in. There was partly a direct quote where one of the villagers said they don't need Hollow anymore. And even the wheat being named after, or the tales of wheat being named Horo, is somewhat of an allusion or a reference to this. Like, oh, they've already discovered the best way to harvest the wheat. They no longer need to rely on Hollow the Wise Wolf for this. But at the same time, they've begun to discard slash get rid of the need for it in the first place, as well as all of the crop cycles and seasons, since they've got their own farming method to use to guarantee a proper harvest. Yare is saying, out with the old ways, let's turn Hollow to the church. Yeah. So there's an emphasis on both that and the fact that most of the interactions that Hollow has, where they begin to recognize her, they say that's from a bygone era. That's one of the prevalent things that shows up. So you can notice this, like, all throughout the series. Every time that Hollow is mentioned by name, or most of the times that Hollow is mentioned by name, except between the conversations between Lawrence and Hollow, it's always a discussion of, oh, this was in the past, or, yeah, speaking of, we actually don't need her anymore, or speaking of, it was so long ago that it doesn't matter anymore that we rely on her, or something along those lines, right? Like, instead, oh gosh, I think I might die. You've placed a whole bunch of bombs next to me. Oh gosh. To the extent of how... Gosh, that run was going so good. I was redeeming it. Man, you just had to drop a whole bunch of bombs on me? Seriously? How dare you, my apprentices? It's not even our fault. I mean, you could have voted to not have bombs dropped on me, you know? But yeah, the story is mostly an allegory in some sense for letting go of the past. Like, you can take a look at the interactions between Hollow and Lawrence as well of this. The whole reason why he doesn't want to tell her about her village going away is based on the fact that, oh, is that a landmine? What is this? Oh, okay, it was a landmine. Is based on the fact that telling her about the past would mean that she's lamenting slash holding onto it, making her feel terrible about it. Therefore, he wants her to learn about it on her own, which is why she gets Diana the Witch to explain slash talk about it so that he doesn't have to, because he believes that it will only lead to grief in that case, you know? Yeah, I already died. I turned into a sheep and then I died, okay? I get it. It sucked. And I was doing such a good job. Kind of, maybe. Gosh. The gambler class is so difficult, but it's so much fun. Why am I just... Are you looking at this? Yep. Yep, just another one of those days. Why is it coming from there? Why is it doing that? Okay. Sure. Nice. Okay. So even the conversation with Diana, where he's talking about very interesting, right? Even the conversation with Diana, where he's discussing the whole concept of, like, is it wrong for a human and a demigod or a pagan god to get together? Are there any cases of that happening? Even in his conversations prior to this, the fact that every single instance of Hollow's mention, or some of the monsters slash the moon hunting bear, I think it was called, that ate her village, it's all meant to be a reflection of we need to let go of the past, I think. And you can see this as well, that the whole reason the church is setting its roots in the rest of the country is because, well, it's time to move on. You also have Diana's legend being about her being forgotten, essentially. Oh gosh. Electrocuting water? Jeez. You have Diana's entire story about her being a widow, having to learn to let go. That she's now just gone into hiding because she knows that she'll never find her partner again because it was a monk, and unfortunately decided, yeah, that's it. I can't be together with anyone. They began to notice that I wouldn't age, and so I had to go into hiding. And that's the exact thing, right? Is that because of all these things, they just have to go into hiding, and they have to give up on who they once were. So I think it's at least a kind of cool way to do it, because I don't know if there are a whole lot of stories kind of like Spice and Wolf where they decide to tackle the concept of letting go by using a bunch of pagan gods to represent, oh yeah, this is the bygone era. Now we have to get rid of all the pagan gods. Though it does come at the expense of, you know, trying to murder Hollow and turn her into the church. So that part does suck. Absolutely. But I think it's a cool motif nonetheless. I think... Let's see. I wrote villagers forgetting her appearance in the legend, the bird woman being forgotten. Yeah, that was real descriptive of me. Oh yes, and then we have another theme as to why this is the case, is because anytime she's reminded about the people that she once traveled with or the other wolves that she knows of, this is kind of why I think Lawrence was so hesitant to tell her, and I would tell this to Helios if he were here. Maybe I'll repeat it when he's back, but one of the main reasons or primary reasons why I think that he was hesitant to tell her is because Hollow is described having nightmares before about her time back at home. So anytime she began to describe, like, oh, wait, how do I do this? Do I throw this on here? Maybe? Okay, here we go. And now I take that. I don't know what this did. Sure. I don't know what that changed about it. The concept feels familiar, but I can't really remember a story about it. There are a couple of stories that do something similar, like, oh, forgetting the old gods and whatnot. Like, you can kind of argue some Lovecraftian stuff does kind of the same thing. If you want to look at something like Lord of Mysteries, it has a couple of concepts of letting go of the past, but it's not really in the same sense where it's a focus on romance and a focus on who characters are as they learn to grow around each other. It's the new age learning to love the old age for who they are and preserve it as is, though not to forget them is basically the motif of it. But did you have anything particularly in mind? Let's see. What are you guys rolling for? 2d20. Anything? Rage? Wait, what? Why is the staff running away from me? Okay. Sure. The wand was just disappearing away. What was that about? Okay, what does this do? Oh gosh. Wait, what? I don't... Well. Okay. I don't know what it did there. What? What was that? Can I check what caused that? That was a nuke? I think so? It had a whole bunch of caltrop spells on it, so I was like, okay, let me just shoot it, but maybe it had something else. Oh my gosh. I think I could have gone a little bit further. I keep saying this. I could have gone further, but I guess I didn't. Anytime Lawrence has tried to bring up the past with Hollow, Hollow both remembers her times devouring humans, but also the times and nightmares that she's had, feeling like she was left behind. If you watch some of the earlier episodes, she laments how anytime she's thought about the past, she always remembers where her friends might be, or where the other wolves might be, and how they just probably don't exist anymore. And I think that's, like, the sad part about it, right? Is that... although it is a story about letting go, it is very much about coping with it, in general. I really like Spice and Wolf. I think it has a good way of tackling it by trying to have a romance flourish between both characters who have some kind of past that they want to get over, but one of them, or both of them, are from completely different eras. I don't know what you guys think about it, but those are my thoughts just generally. I think I had... a couple of things as well. Let's see. Oh, I wrote down the names. Amarty was a fish seller. I thought that was kind of curious. Amarty is a noble. He's like got all this wealth and everything. He was just a fish merchant. Maybe you should sell some goldfish too while he's at it. Whenever Hollow was sad, thinking of being alone, I wanted to hug her. Yeah, I feel so bad for Hollow because she really has lived like how much of her life dying and alone. She's just been hunted for most of her life because of both humans that come into the forest and oh, there was a miniature shop here. Being hunted by humans who come into the forest, but also by even other wolves that would try and encroach on her territory, and everyone she knows is dead. Like, that's probably one of the most tragic things, right? The first person that she ever became friends with is dead. All of her friends, gone or dead. Her town, gone or destroyed. And anyone she tries to interact with wants her dead because she's part of the old era. I didn't really get that the other wolves were gone, especially with the big wolf that appears with the gold smuggling. The reason why I say this is because, without spoilers, because I also don't actually know 100%, is that the other wolves or other people that she knew just in general are very likely to not be around or are very unlikely to be where she wants to go. And the reason why I think that is because she probably wouldn't have left them in the first place if she wasn't adventurous and wanted to go somewhere else and then wanted to come back. She might have assumed that they would come back for her, but never did. It could also be a case of... oh, wow, so much gold. It could also be a case of them just getting old and dying as well, right? Because we don't know exactly how old all these pagan gods can live for until they eventually just lose themselves or disappear entirely. So it could just be that they're gone and decided they would travel as well and never show up again. That's why I feel like maybe it's possible that she'll see them again, but I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt that she'll ever see them again, and I think the whole motif of the story is letting go, and that's why we'll never see them again, because it wouldn't fit with the themes of it. I think maybe for a sake or an argument of well, in argument for hope, you probably want to believe that she will find her friends again, or that her town does exist. But when talking to the bird lady Diana about the whole state of the world and her village and everything like that, she describes, oh yeah, the moon hunting bear just like completely wrecked your village. Everyone you knew, dead. All the stories about you barely describe you and have your name kind of incorrectly written, things like that. So all the records that do exist don't exist to a large extent of how they used to, or are not in the way or form that they existed once before. So, oh my gosh, diggy hole right underneath me? I'm worried that this is going to dig into the shrine and make me responsible somehow, because that would suck. Please, please stop. I hate these bombermen. There we go. Any more gold? Is that gold? Is that gold? No, it's not. Okay. But I did like Diana. I like Diana's story in general. I kind of wish... well, I guess I always could, but I kind of want to read the manga as well to see how they depict some of the stories that they tell. Because I think one of the unique things about Spice and Wolf, for sure, is just how much they decide to depict via folktale. I think one of the coolest differences, actually, between the 2008 and 2024 version was how much of the animation they dedicated towards, like, depicting things with, like, the old-timey, medieval parchment paper drawing style. You know? I thought that was really cool. I really liked that. I really liked that. Like, whenever it was describing the moon hunting bear, they use the old-timey parchment paper animation style for reference. And then whenever it was talking about Hollow and the wolves, they did it again. Those parts I thought were really cool. I think that's a really nifty way of doing it and kind of getting you immersed in the world. It reminds me a little bit of how the Name of the Wind, they would recite poetry or describe the world as it was prior by using poems and using folk tales and using stories, and I feel like that really adds depth or world building that makes you feel immersed. I think so anyway. I think it was really good for that reason. But I don't know how many of those scenes ever showed up in the 2008 one. Now that I'm paying attention to all the differences of the 2024 one, I'm so focused on that rather than what the 2008 one had, because I didn't write as many notes as I went through it. Instead, I just wrote down like character names and whatnot, and I wrote down some major plot points because I was like, oh yeah, I'm beginning to pick up on the fact that actually it is them trying to allude to bygone eras being the main motif of the show, as well as, like, the story, rather. So, quite fun. I enjoyed it. And, yeah, I think those were all of my points. But how do you feel your thoughts have changed across the second season thus far? Do you feel like Lawrence is more or less worthy than he was before? Do you feel like Lawrence is... Wait, is this an empty bottle? Levitatium potion. Oh, okay. I kind of want a mini-map. A mini-map would be nice. Do you feel like... Oh my gosh! Do you feel like Lawrence has improved himself, or do you feel like he's largely stayed the same? How has your opinion changed from Season 1 Lawrence to Season 2 Lawrence? Because I think Season 2 Lawrence has shown a lot of growth in that he does eventually trust Hollow, but I feel like maybe it was intended for the third and fourth season to have a majority of what makes him so much more different, which kind of makes me sad that we didn't get to see more. Right? Like, if we had seen more of him and Lawrence, or of Hollow and Lawrence, I think that would have been a lot more fun in general, but also because I feel like it kind of shows Lawrence in a better light as opposed to how he was / is, mainly because I think he's not really that manly or that heroic in the beginning. He really isn't. He's, like, kind of a pansy at points. I think or hope he changed and finally treats Hollow better. I hope he treats Hollow better as well. That's one of my main hopes. Just because I want more romance. I want more cute romance between the wolf and Lawrence himself. I do like some of the quips in the 2024 anime as well. They actually comment on Lawrence's beard in the 2024 one, but not the 2008 one. I don't know why. I feel like it makes more sense, at least in my mind, whenever I think of character introductions and, like, introducing new characters in general or having them be described in scenes, I always think to myself, like, wouldn't it make sense for other characters to comment on other people's appearances? Because that's one of the things that's seldom commented on in general, actually. Like, you don't see people commenting on, like, oh, my hairstyle is this way because of this and that. Like, you get the reasoning as to why Lawrence likes to have his small amount of stubble, and it's because he thinks it makes him more manly. And that was, like, his whole quip in the 2024 anime. And I feel like that contextualizes it a little bit more. So, I didn't really notice a big change for the moment. Maybe it's in the second season, part 2 of season 2, because I watched in quick succession. I do always forget that Lawrence is pretty young, apparently. Yeah, he's 25 years old. But to be fair, in medieval times, just in general, that is like around the age they just die, right? They only live until maybe 30 years old, approximately. I think the average lifespan was approximately 27 to 34, if I remember my history books correctly. But this depends entirely on if you're going by European medieval standards or I guess just that. I don't know what ancient China was like, but most medieval history is depicted around Europe, therefore I will probably go with that. Lock spell? A spell has been locked to one of your wands. Which one? Oh. Oh, now I can't get rid of that one. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got this. There we go. I actually really like this wand. Unfortunately, it's a shuffle with a 2 spell cast. So that's not cool. We probably want this. I love that in 2024 they emphasized Zeke, or whatever his name was, that spread the lie about the coin's value. I love that they emphasized on his tooth missing smile. Yeah. I think it was quite nice overall that they decided to focus on fleshing out some of the characters. I think that both Lawrence, Zeke, and some of the NPCs had a lot more time to develop, I think. I don't know. I just liked some of the pacing in the 2024 one more, but I liked some of the dialogue there. I think I'm just preferential to the art style. That's what I like most about the 2008 one. It's very homey for that reason.
Homie.
So, those are my thoughts. Otherwise, what did you guys think about the video game showcase for both Xbox and PlayStation? That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? What were some of the standout things to you guys? I was thinking to myself about it, and I'm not sure. I liked the new Stellar Blade announcement, but I'm curious to see what the gameplay ends up being like. My main issue with Stellar Blade was mostly the hub areas and like traveling around some of the places. I hope there are a little bit more quick travel points and some of the side quests are made more clear. Because one of them saying, oh yeah, just go to this place, find the item, and then come back over here, that I didn't like. I had to look up a little bit of guides to figure out where I was meant to go for some of the side quests, because it just says, go to this area, but you don't know if you've fulfilled some of the conditions or not. I thought the new Ace Combat game sounded pretty cool. I'm quite interested to see what the Ace Combat game is like, albeit the last time I played a plane sim game was probably Secret Weapons Over Normandy, which is a really, really old game that I don't think anyone will probably recognize. For the moment, I want more about like the wolves and their magic. I find it really interesting. I find it really interesting as well. I think that's probably one of the coolest parts. I really like learning about the medieval history that they have in this fictional or fantasy world, especially how they decide to incorporate or use magic to explain how some of the wolves use their forms, or why there are big bird monsters and how some of the folklore came about. I really want to learn more about the folklore of the Spice and Wolf world. It probably will be, it seems, let's see. It probably will be, seems it's not post-apocalyptic and there are still cities with people. Yeah, it's a prequel. Here we go. D6, welcome. I just saw it was you, man. Well, it's 60 consecutive streams. Oh my gosh. Code Veronica remake announced DMC 6 in 2028. I'm calling it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I don't know if DMC 6 is ever going to come out. Let's check. When did Devil May Cry 5 come out? DMC 5 release date. Resident Evil 5 will probably be the last remake, I think. Maybe. I could see them doing it for Devil May Cry 5. What is Devil May Cry? Or, sorry. What is Resident Evil 6? Resident Evil 6. I barely hear about Resident Evil 6, but maybe it's new enough. Oh, okay. It's not actually that old. How are you doing, though, D6? How are you? I want them to make a Resident Evil 5 remake just so that I can, so I can see Albert Wesker. That's about it in HD, and he can say, 7 minutes is all I have to spare to play with you. Something like that. That would be pretty cool. Also, I'm going to save and quit from Noita, and I'm going to slowly boot up Rimworld in the background, just because it's going to take a bit, and I need to close all my games and everything like that. Tomorrow I have my surgery. Good luck, man. I forgot. What was your surgery for? Was it for... I know that Helios had his hair one later on, and I'm not sure what yours was. Sorry, I forgot. It was for your eyes? Yeah, but what for your eyes? Was it, I keep thinking it's like LASIK or something, because that was the one that came to mind, but I didn't want to be wrong, so I decided to not voice it. I hope it goes well nonetheless. Just make sure or ensure that... Cornea transplant, that's it. A cornea transplant sounds crazy, though. I don't know. At least to me, I hope everything goes well. Use some healing magic at the end of it, I suppose. Let's see. How do cornea transplants work? Transplant. How do they work? common outpatient surgery that replaces a damaged or diseased cornea with clear tissue from a human donor. It is performed to restore vision, relieve pain, or treat severe infections and structural damage with the eye. Wait, can it be used to restore 20/20 vision? Is it possible to use it for that? Or is that not the case? Cornea transplants can successfully restore vision to 20/20. Are you getting it because of an eye injury? Sorry if this is like too personal. I can skip otherwise. I'm just curious. It reminds me, I don't know, anytime I hear of eye surgeries, it's either like LASIK, that one thing where they peel off a slight top of your cornea's layer or whatever to fix it. Then I know there's like Ortho K, where they create some kind of like fixed or specific individually designed lens that you have to sleep with overnight in order to restore vision to 20/20, but it only lasts about 24 hours depending on how long you slept with them in. Now, it's for a progressive eye disease I've had since I was a teen. Oh man. Yeah, then I really hope it goes well. Gosh, I'm sorry to hear. No, no pun intended with me saying I hope things don't get worse or whatnot, but I suppose the recovery must be pretty difficult, right? I know that for some of the recovery issues with surgeries and whatnot, those take really long. I think for hair transplants, they just require you to like not touch your head. Is there anything like that for your eyes? Do they say, don't blink 200 times in a day or it might cause you issues? I think the hair transplant ones scare me the most because, what, you're not meant to touch your scalp for the next 2 weeks and you're meant to sleep upright? That terrifies me. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I would have to genuinely take time off and be completely sleep deprived and like strap myself standing straight up to sleep. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Yeah, I'll probably not be in streams, keep my pawn safe. I will. Don't worry about it, D6. I'll ensure that your pawn is safe. Also, speaking of, I'm going to swap to Rimworld once it's done booting up in the background. We're currently at the first 30 seconds of loading. Oh wait, no, now the game just booted up. So, we're now in the first, like, 10-ish seconds of loading Rimworld. We'll have to see how long this takes, but I'm hoping that this will be the period of the stream where we do it. Where we do get into Rimworld, and it doesn't just crash on me. I had a couple more things written down. Let's see. We have, for the various game showcases, a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh. We had, I'm late! You are late! You are late! We discussed Spice and Wolf and everything. I can give you a bit of an overview, Okami, if you'd like to. But to fill in some of the questions and whatnot that we were talking about we spoke of the new characters that were introduced in this first half. We spoke of the dynamic between Hollow and Lawrence and how Lawrence compares in Season 1 over Season 2 and vice versa, as well as how we think Lawrence has developed. I was talking about the differences between the 2024 version and the 2008 version. And then I also spoke about what I feel was the motif for Spice and Wolf, which is kind of about letting go, just in general. I know that sounds like a really lame allegory, but a lot of things allude to it in the show. Have you played the new Onimusha demo? I have not. I've not played the new Onimusha demo. I think seeing the trailer for Ace Combat made me want to play Secret Weapons over Normandy again, just because it's an old game that I remember and that I enjoyed. I also got really annoyed at the last mission. I remember playing it way back when. Otherwise, let's see. Upcoming game releases 2026 Google Docs. Where did I put it? I wrote down that there was going to be GTA 6. Then I wrote down that there was the new God of War game. Then I wrote down that there was the Code Veronica release. I still don't know what the first one is about. Is the Code Veronica release meant to be sometime soon-ish? I've kind of forgotten to note down when everything is coming out. I didn't really make a calendar of it. Let's see. I don't care at all about GTA 6. I feel somewhat similar. I'm not overly excited about it. And the reason why I'm not overly excited about GTA 6 is because it's never really been something for me. I played through GTA Vice City 3, 4, and 5, but I've never once completed a campaign. I've never once completed a campaign for any of the GTA games, and even when I tried to get into some of the custom games for GTA, it just wasn't that exciting to me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what one of the reasons was. It was probably because of the loading times was one reason, though it wasn't the main reason for any of the other games. I still enjoy the idea conceptually, but eventually it just became boring to me. I don't know. I enjoyed Just Cause more than I enjoyed GTA. I think it was because of the amount of freedoms that you had when playing something like Just Cause that was more fun to me over something like GTA, where it kind of locks you into just being the average everyday person. I'm not sure about that. 2027 is Code Veronica? Okay. So it'll be a while before I can before I can try play it then. Maybe there's a Silent Hill playthrough coming before then, where I'll play through 1 and 2 if those ever... I think, did we at least get... We got ports of them, but we didn't ever get remasters of them. But also, just quickly, Okami, if you want to write down, what do you feel like your thoughts were for the first half of the Spice and Wolf Season 2, whether or not you watched the 2024 version or the 2008 version? Because I reckon you probably joined to also discuss the AniManga Club stuff. I like GTA, but I keep my hype way down because I don't believe my PC would be able to run GTA 6, lol. Or I don't believe it will be as insanely good as everyone hypes it up to be. I feel like that's one of the pitfalls, just in general, whenever it comes to building up or establishing hype for a game, right? Like, people will always promise you a lot of things, but I'm more of the type of person to not have any expectations or any hopes with it, because I worry that if I do, my hopes will be dashed, and I don't want to have my hopes be dashed. In that case, I would rather have no expectations than be pleasantly surprised, than to have expectations and then be disappointed. You know? Not that I think they'll fail with GTA 6, I just think GTA 6 probably won't do some of the things that I like or some of the things that I hope for, so I'll wait like a couple of years and we'll see what everyone's opinions on it are. I also don't think I'll ever be playing GTA Online because the whole microtransaction, shark card, infinite grind where you earn a whole bunch of money to like buy an apartment, I feel like that would throw me onto the hamster treadmill, and I'd be spending way too much time trying to establish that. I feel like I'd be doing Warframe, but for a game that I'm not sure I'm invested in. I only played one with CJ at my cousin's when I was 12. I never played any missions, just stole cars and beat up. Yeah, I kind of did something similar. I played through... Oh wait, no, I even remember playing GTA 2. I liked GTA 2 because it felt way more arcadey. I actually like GTA 2. GTA 3 was kind of fun, but I mostly liked it because of driving, as with Vice City. I like driving around a lot and just doing cool tricks. Then when it came to 4, I liked blowing things up, and I liked some of the mods that existed for it. Then when it came to 5, I barely played GTA 5. I think I have at most 8 hours, and that was me racing around and doing like side challenges or just challenges in general. I've never truly played through that game. I think the campaign didn't interest me at all. So I get that in that sense. I think it's the freedom between a couple of the games felt like it was increasingly more limiting because it made me feel more realistic. Like, it was more realistic in the sense that I had to walk from one side of town to the other, and now because the map was way bigger, I couldn't just steal one of the cool sports cars. Also, you just don't have as many cheat codes or Easter egg codes that you can just type in to have something happen to you, you know? So that I feel like was a little bit unfortunate. I wasn't allowed to play GTA San Andreas unless I only did taxi jobs while my nephew was in my home. I was also like 10. I can see how that would be an issue, but just taxi jobs? At least you must have been paid a whole lot. So, I kind of wish Rockstar would go back to smaller titles. I kind of think so as well, or at least maybe they should have a separate division, a separate game department division that works on new IPs. I think one of the main reasons why gaming these days feels like AAA has so little variety is because every single franchise is already existing. It's very seldom a new franchise that is introduced. Like, if we look at most of the games showcase, even for, like, PlayStation, I struggle to think of anything that wasn't an original IP. We had maybe one game that was an original IP. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure, actually. Did we have any new IPs that were showing up? I think there was Clockwork Revolution for Xbox, and that was it. We did get Persona, though. We did get Persona 6 as an announced thing. That was really cool. They also go very safe. You mean like they don't try to experiment with anything new, or how do you mean? Because I can kind of see that. They try to do what they did previously, but then just way more every single time. That's why I like Death Stranding a lot, because it was a new franchise. I can see that. I never played Death Stranding myself, but I do like that it was a new franchise, or that it was trying to do something else. Also, I need to add a new token for Twitch. So give me a second while I generate a new token so that I can load in the bots. Because it took 8 minutes and 34 seconds for me to load Rimworld. I guess it was faster this time. Maybe it's because I have a mod that if I load something, it tries to create a buffer in memory to load it faster on next boot. So hopefully that's what made it faster, but it's because I was swapping between my single player and multiplayer save. Okay, let's see. Will this work? Is Augbot connected? Yes, Augbot is connected. It is twice as fast? Yeah, exactly. It is twice as fast. Okay, now I need to load into the game. Let's see. It's not up yet. I'm just loading the save file. Once the save file is done, then it should be good to go. Let's see. Capture Rimworld. Seems like Persona 6 goes back to being more horror. Dude, I'm really excited to see if it's going to be more SMT or not. I really like the concept of SMT. I really want to get into the franchise of SMT. Shin Megami Tensei, the abbreviation SMT. And I do want to play through the Persona series, so maybe I'll have that be one of the votes. We'll see how that goes. Have you heard the new Xbox will be a hybrid console/PC? I kind of thought that the Xbox One was shifting towards that already, you know? I thought it was kind of like that already. I mean, the Xbox is a little bit like a glorified PC at this point, right? Because every game that exists on Xbox also exists on PC. The Game Pass is both for console and for PC. You very rarely get any kind of Xbox exclusive nowadays. At least, I don't remember the last time that we got an Xbox exclusive. Okay. Let's see. SMT, yeah, it should be fun. I'll buy Persona 6 3 years after it released when a better version is out. That's crazy. I can agree with you, but it'll probably take me a long while before I play through the entire franchise or something like that. Okay, have I got volume on? Sorry, I've just paused the game while I'm fixing my volume settings here. Let's see. Nope. Here we go. Now we've got it. Persona 6 Golden. What is okay. No, maybe I shouldn't ask. I don't want to know what the potential theory crafting is for Persona 6. I just really hope that it ends up being as good as everyone hopes it is, you know? And yeah, by the way, it's Rimworld time. So let's change this. Wait, we've got an emergency. Disease malaria? Wait, what? We got a random event and now everyone's got malaria just as we start? Oh my gosh. Are we serious? You serious? College students? Are you sure about that one, Okami? You know what? What do you mean LMFAO malaria? What do you mean by that, Okami? You know what? Join the colony right now. Buy your colonist. Buy your colonist. I don't know, I only played Persona 5 until something like April 25th. I haven't played Persona at all. I've played... Okay, this is going to sound really, really, really boomer, but please, please bear with me. I have played MUD versions of Shin Megami Tensei. And by that, I don't... Do you guys know what the MUD abbreviation means? It means Multiplayer User Dungeon, which means that I would play online on a CLI terminal, console line interface terminal, where it would describe to me the environment and the dungeons in ASCII formats of randomly created dungeons on an IRC-hosted server. It was really old, okay? Super duper old. I played like a couple of those, and this was... Wait, let me see if I can even find it. Let's see, how... Can I even find it anymore? I don't know. I don't think I can find it. It doesn't even show up on the first page of Google. I can't find any MUDs for SMT anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Boomer? I'm not... Okay, I'm not a boomer. I just like text-based games and everything. Boomer Unkzard? No. Auger, are you looking forward to any game that was announced during the Summer Game Fest? Oh, that's a really difficult question, Shamsi. I think I would probably be looking forward to Persona only because I want to play through the whole franchise and see how that goes, you know? Also, I do not have enough points. You can do Bell, Okami. It should show you just how much money you have. If you have like 3,000 to 4,000, you should be able to buy a pawn and join the colony. And then you can always change things around or whatever whenever you get to that. You know, you're really not beating the allegations. I can't defend you anymore. It was a niche hobby, okay? It was a niche hobby because I really like text-based adventure games, and I loved playing .hack. If you guys even know, sorry, Rewo list is the name of the help command in this case. I had to customize that one, Okami. Rewo list shows you a bunch of stuff that you can do. Why have only half of us got malaria? It's just randomly generated. It was a niche hobby because I really like text-based games, and I played a lot of NetHack, and I really liked NetHack, and then I wanted more of it, and then I saw that there was an SMT MUD, and then I played SMT MUD for like 20 hours or something, and I enjoyed it, and then that was about it. That was my experience with it. It then forced me to interact with people, and then I got shy, and I didn't want to do that. So, yeah, let's see what you are. Let's see what you... Oh my gosh, you're a Melee legend. Wait, what? Okami Lumi? Let's also connect your name. There we go. Okami Lumi, the spacer orphan who's a gunfighter in adulthood. You are an anxious, unstable, kind, annoying voiced technophobe who's a diligent student and a brawler. You're incapable of social, artistic, and mining. You're a troubleshooter who relies mostly on thinking. He's known for his isolated behavior. He starts behaving more committed in the presence of the opposite sex. I suppose so. Also, in the continuation of what you were saying, Shamsi, do you have anything from the Summer Games Fest that you were looking forward to? I'm curious to know what you guys are looking forward to in that case. I think we've discussed a little bit about what you guys on Twitch think, but yeah. He just like me for real. Okay, let's see your social. You have a son! Wait, but you don't have a wife, Okami Lumi. You don't have a wife. You just have a son? They're not on the map, so I guess we'll have to figure out who your wife is later on, or how you had a child. Unless they were born in a cloning vat. It's unsure, but I guess we'll have to... Yeah, a son! Look, let's check. His name is Jack Howe. How? Dude, if someone makes you mad now, their pawn chuds. Make their pawns chuds. I could, but nothing ever happens. Creepy breathing and misogynist perks. I could do. Also, Okami, if you really want me to disown your son in the game, just let me know. I can delete the relation entirely if you want me to do that. I'm not gonna say that. You're not making me fall for that. Okay, let's see. We need people to rest because of their... Wait, you've been treated. You've been treated. Spear Free is kind of not treated so well. Let's see. Helios, I need you to hopefully save someone here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Vial Transfusion, I want you to use it on... Who's gonna die first? Okay, Spear Free and Disco need it. So, Helios, on Spear Free, I need you to use Vial Transfusion. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Okay, sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. I was just curious if you really wanted me to get rid of him or not. Let's see. Buddy, stand... Okay, you need to stand still. I need you to use... Vial Transfusion. Okay, there we go. You've got tainted blood, but you should be fine now for a little moment. Or at least your malaria is gone. So Helios has just cured one person. Not half bad. Tell Okami the massacre we survived. Oh, true. So, Okami, on Friday... Oh my gosh, we had so much happen. We had approximately 4 raids. We woke up one day to decide to mine out this place so that we could find all the new and cool stuff in this ancient ruin. We opened up the ancient ruin. We were then invaded once. And we were like, oh, okay, it's just a small amount of wind elementals over here. However, when the wind elementals spawned, they caused a lightning storm, which was then taking down our power, destroying the base, and then they all began charging, and I'm meaning like 30 wind elementals. Nearly everyone died. In fact, we lost 2 pawns. I had to divine intervention my way through it by killing all of them, but then even after we recovered, we had 2 more raids after that, where we were just getting absolutely decimated. I mean, thankfully, we didn't lose more people, but 2 entire raids after that point? Oh my gosh. It was pretty frightening. I think we would have lost had I not intervened. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. I'm excited to see how that one turns out. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to look like because I never played the original Resident Evil, but I hope that it's something good, because then I'll eventually go to it. If it's too scary, I don't know. I don't know if I ever will get into it in that case. Tell how I decimated that angel? Yeah. There was one part as well. You can kind of see some of the spoils of war here still, Okami, where we were invaded by an angel. He was like crawling through the north map. I was just like sicking D6 on him. I put him into range mode. He was like, give me a sniper. Let me deal with him. And then we had him parked over here, hiding behind cover. And he was just coming through here. Immediately, as he pops into view, first gunshot completely obliterates the angel's stomach. So he's just got no more stomach left in his body. His torso has been completely ruptured, bleeding out in a single hour. And yeah, D6 missed a couple of shots, like when he was aiming for him and hit the wind turbine. We still need to fix the damage. But then another one straight to the head, just insta-killed, over. And that's how we got some Uranian armor. Was kind of nutty, I gotta say. Pretty cool, but with great power and really heavy weaponry comes great responsibility. There's actually Claire and Chris together, so she wasn't in just Resident Evil 2, and she's in Resident Evil Revelations 2. Oh, okay. So, question then, how significant of a character is she, or how much of a role does she play in the actual story itself? I'm kind of unsure, because I feel like so far, Jill, Claire, and Leon are the primary... Oh, well, Ada as well, but we don't really know what she does. Or at least I don't know what she does. She shows up in the second game, and then now in the fourth game, but I want to play through DLC to see what it is she's actually doing, because she doesn't show up much otherwise. So I'm quite curious. My favorite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 4 Remake. So far, I agree with you, Shamsi. It's really good. I really, really, really enjoy the Resident Evil 4 remake. Probably by far one of my favorites. And if anything, I think it has a really cool mercenary mode that I want to get to. And I think the firing range and the little gacha system also really cute. I think it's just a lot of fun overall. I have accidentally given you a major infection. So let's do that. Introduce random blood disease. I thought this was for infection. Has a chance of... Okay. Can we save you from an infection? Disco? Can we save you from an infection? I don't know. I never saw Veronica in End Revelations, but you play as Claire in Veronica. Yeah, I see. So you do get to play as him. I'm also going to play the original Code Veronica because I also haven't played it. I'll see if I ever play the original ones. I'm not too sure. I'm going through all of the remakes, and I feel like maybe it's because I'm doing everything in one go that this is what makes it difficult. We better save me from infection. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out with Helios' skills. Wait, I have malaria? Yeah, a random event just gave everyone malaria. Or, well, half of our colony in malaria. So we're trying to fix that right now. Let's see. So, living this reduces the chances. I think it's this one then to remove the infection? No. You might have to heal yourself. We are going to have you rest, and then I'm going to have Solstix try and save you now. How do you spell pawn again? You just do pawn. It's just my pawn health, was it? My pawn health, I think it was. Yeah, there we go. That's it. And we'll get Solstix to elixir you. I have a skill note. Yeah, you do. It's just that you also caused it. So I'm trying to get you to repeat use it to try and fix this. Please. Please, Helios. Please fix this. Also, I think you should probably give me a melee weapon since I'm a shadow. Yes. I will give you a melee weapon. That's a good point. I'll also level up your skills soon. Let's see. I'm going to give you elixir. Going to use this. And it's giving you the plague. Okay, please resolve this. Okay, the elixir is slowly getting rid of your infection, so actually you might be fine. I think Solstix has hardcore carried you. Let's give you yet another one, just because we can. Inoculated tainted blood and whatnot. I'm actually gonna go now onto the game a bit more before I have to sleep before work. See you, bye. Take care, Mr. Brown. Take care, dude. Yeah, giving him the plague and everything. Yep, sorry. Sorry for party rocking, I guess. Okay. Anything more Solstix can do? Oh, that's not you. This is you. Solstix, can you... Soothing Bomb. Fights infection. Okay, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. We need you to use the Soothing Bomb on Disco so that we can build up immunity and whatnot. Plague Doctor really sucks. I think it's just too random is the thing. Like, it's one of the only classes that can get rid of diseases and everything, but oh my goodness, the amount of, like, other things that it has the possibility of introducing really sucks, you know? I think you need to add a hex code, Okami, for the favorite color thing. And by the way, the favorite color thing will determine what color clothes all of the characters will try to wear. Medical treatments? Yeah, I know. Here we go. Kuro Ningen. Let's see. I don't even know which skill is the right one for which case. For yours, it is... Inoculation is whenever you've got some kind of, bacterial infection, and Vial Transfusion is whenever you have any kind of blood disease. So, Vial Transfusion cures blood diseases, but it introduces bacteria. Inoculation fights bacteria, but can introduce blood diseases. And that's why. That's what's happening here. So, the number of the colors, yeah, you need to add a hex code, or you just need to write the name of it. So, what abomination is this? Well, everyone's dying because of malaria. That's the abomination, if that's what you mean. Okay, here we go. Disco Enderman is gonna survive. We need Soul Sticks to just keep applying more. Let's see. Can I activate my skills by commands in combat? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I'm not sure why that's the case, but I feel like you should have been able to, albeit you wouldn't be able to pick which target, so it kind of makes sense. As a result. Let's see. I want... we need to help you, D6. You're like one of our main combatants, but yeah, Okami, you're zoinked out with all of your melee. Jeez. Double passion for melee and at level 14 as well. You don't have... I guess you would have to be a melee class, but, you know, it should probably work out fine. Also, no, Soul Sticks, you're gonna apply Soothing Bomb to Helios in this case as well. Get everyone on this. Get everyone in on this. And... here we go. Yeah, nice. Nice. He's just like me. He's incapable of social, but maybe he is. I started my Resident Evil journey with the remakes, the remake of 2. I did the exact same thing. I bought the entire bundle of just most of the remakes, and that's what I've been playing through, or a majority of it is how and why I've begun to play through the entire series. So, I feel you there, man. I feel you there. New tank? That's true. Actually, Okami, now we probably need to kit you with a lot of new gear. I need to make some cloth hampers as well for storage so that we can add a bunch of clothing to it. Where's the storage tab? Do I just not have a storage tab yet? Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. Hampers. Cloth hampers. Okay. And now we can add cloth hampers here. And then we can add... oh, no, that's considered the same tile. So we have to add cloth hampers here. And then we can do like that. And then we've got a walkway through everything here. So my favorite character is Leon. I don't know who my favorite character is. I probably want to say Leon as well, just because I think he's the wise guy and he likes cracking a whole bunch of jokes, so I really like him. But I'm also thinking Ada Wong. You can't go wrong with the Wong. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm on Team Ada. Can he use the big sniper? No, he doesn't have gigantic... wait, let's see. What are the qualifications? Needed giant, Herculean, or war casket pawns. So war casket is the name of the mechas, essentially, in this. So he doesn't have giganticism or Herculean, so he can't use it. Unfortunately, we need to extract genes from some kind of Oni in order to do that. Okay, they're just chillaxing, throwing things around and whatnot. I like her too. Yeah, Ada's really nice. I really like Ada. I just want to know more of what her whole deal is, and I want to play through the DLC. I'm so close to finishing the game, and I'll probably finish it tomorrow, in which case, then it's moving on to Ada Wong and her story with... I forget what it was called. Whatever DLC was called. That we'll have to do. My malaria. Let's see. Your malaria is fine. The symbol is green, which means that you're recovering faster than you are incapacitated by it. Yeah, you're 13% ahead, so that should be fine. What animal event should happen? Rare Thrumbos, animal self-tames, or Yorkshire Terriers? What a selection. Do you guys want a whole bunch of dogs to go through here? Do you want a new pet that we can maybe turn into some extra food? Or do you want more Thrumbos? Thrumbos are pretty good if we can tame them. Otherwise, they are just a food source at this point. Look at them go. Look at them go. We probably need way more people to just dedicate themselves to work. Is Kaya soon done? Because we need to banish her eventually. We need to banish her so that we can end Kaya's story here because she wanted to move on to Kaimana. Are those the big ones? Yeah. We've got Thrombosis, the Thrumbo here, which is one of our tamed Thrumbos, but I don't think we have anyone who's level 15 in taming to be able to properly tame a Thrumbo. Let's see, Handle. Level 13, we're very close. We're very close to it. It's called Separate Ways, and it's so good, by the way. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get around to playing it. I'm curious to see what Ada does in Resident Evil 4 besides save Leon once or twice, you know? Okay, everyone's just voting for rare thrombos in this case. Fair enough, I mean, why not? Oh, and now you guys are researching. Also, do we not have sterile floors? Yes, we do. Wait. Steel tiles, no. I want sterile tiles. It costs 12 silver. Okay. Oh, machining. And then we need the blowback operation, right? I think that was the name of it. Gunsmithing. Yeah. Okay, gunsmithing, then it's blowback operation, then it's gas operation. And then we can do precision rifling. Cool. Also, Okami, you might want to set your priorities. You can see your work priorities and whatnots like when I click this, or you can use the command for it. But it looks like you don't want a firefight, you don't want a patient. Wait, what? You're one of the best doctors in the colony? Okay, and you've got a passion for it? Huh. Okay, not half bad. Then you're also a good smith and tailor. Albeit Kaya is also a pretty good one, but we're gonna lose her, so we might do Kosan as a better smith in this case. Okay. For snipers. Yeah, we're going for snipers. Shouldn't we research armor and shields first, since everyone can use it? Shield is a different one. So, even though there are... Oops. I pressed enter and it closed everything. Shield. So, even though there is a research technology for shields, specifically, what you're thinking of is the actual shield belts right here. Shield belt is one where it prevents you from using ranged attacks, but allows you to have a protective shield. It usually blocks like 3 bullets or 3 shots, which is okay. It is pretty good, but I think we should probably have guns first, and then we can begin smithing and whatnot. I think flak armor is also very useful. I'm trying to get machining so that we can go into turrets, because once we get into here... Wait, where is it? Is it gunsmithing? No. Yeah, then we can go into auto cannons and whatnot. So, turrets. We want multi-barrel weapons and the like, but we need gas operations in that case. We want to get turrets so that we can protect our base for whenever we're overwhelmed or outnumbered as well, I think. And that way we can defend ourselves. Let's see. I will finish the original code, Veronica, and tell you if it's any good. Yeah, feel free to. I'm very curious to see how it's like and what it's like. Also to play it. I want to know if the gameplay is going to be any good at all, you know? Let's see. I just want the sniper, bro. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit, but so long as we have people dedicated to researching, we should be fine. Thank you. By trait fast learner. I think you're close to it being fast learner, but I don't know if it's that. Flak armor. Flak armor is probably important as well. But you're wearing uranium armor, so you'll be fine for a while at least. Some of the other guys, not so much, but it's also good that we have a bit of a doctor now to take care of some of this. So, Aug, help them. Yeah, let's check. Look up. Oh, you've already found it. I just saw chat now as I was beginning to type it, so yeah. Let's have Okami focus a bit more on this. I'll also have him focusing on rescuing and whatnot. And then we can have him focus on this. Thank gosh, by the way, that you're here so I can make you do more doctoring. We've got finally a good doctor colonist. And you won't waste time on artistic, social, or mining, so that's okay as well. We'll try to tame these 2 thrombos as well, so that we can hopefully get more money. More money. Not that we're gonna sell them. We just want their wool. Wait, actually, do they drop wool? Where's our thrombo? There he is. Big lad. Or big lass. Oh! Mad Boomalope? Wait a minute. Where are you, D6? I need you to stand out guard. We cannot allow that Boomalope to get close. That Boomalope is gonna ruin things, I think. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Please? Please don't? Please run away, Disco. Please run away. That thing's gonna blow up once we attack it. Gosh, a boomalope is so bad. Yeah, just give me a second to reach out here. I'm trying to... What? Are you... Why? Why? Oh my gosh. I want you to use range. I'm so confused. I'm so confused why your character would do that. Why would you... The AI is so confusing. Also, is no one gonna firefight? I'm sorry. You all need a firefight. We cannot allow our house to just die. Bro, you killed me? It was your AI taking control of it! I don't know. I was trying to get you to run away. It's because you're usually the one who's really good about it. At least you've only got a bit of a crushed stomach. So, let's see. Everyone's fighting off the fire. It's unfortunately setting Mr. Brown's room on fire. Okay. Let's see. I can learn doctoring fast, though. Can you? You can, but your potential learning speed is 72%, and Okami's is 115%. So he still learns it faster, so it should be fine. It should be fine in that case. Yes, also, you need to give me 3,500 coins, to give you the extra traits or whatever. Flames are dangerously close to Brown. Yeah, it was heating him up. It was warming up his room at that point. I did not just kill you, though. You're still fine. You're still fine. Maybe choose ranged when sending me? Yeah, you were on ranged. Look, you've got preferred for ranged weapons. I don't know what possessed your character to run into melee distance, but... You know, your character decided for whatever reason to do so. I'm really not sure why. Let's see. What does auto cover do? We'll automatically try to move into cover while in combat. Yeah, none of this should have changed it. Long charge. Charges a long distance to reach seen threats. Charge only a very short distance when off. I'm not sure. Nothing here should have made you... run or chase after. I might have to get a different mod that changes the combat AIs, because I can't control this many characters all at once and have them do useful things, you know? I need to try find something that can help facilitate this. But yeah, if you want to have a new trait beyond the limits, just gift me 3,500 coins or whatever in the chat. Okay, yeah, here we go. Thank you, Spearfree. What trait do you want then in that case? Fast learner? Okay. You got it. Roger, roger. I can do that. You... Oh, here you are. Okay. Spearfree. Fast learner. There we go. Add that. Now you've got fast learner. There you go. There you go. I still have malaria. Yeah, but you're well ahead of it. You're gonna beat it. I think everyone's gonna beat it pretty well. Yeah, just like Michael Jackson would say. Just beat it. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Helios as well? Tough. Okay. I can give you tough. And tough. Oops. Tough. There we go. Now you've got tough. And tough, for reference, is incoming damage multiplier 50%. Really good, really good. I want that one too. You're gonna have to wait in that case. It's tough. Damn, he tough. Helios, what do you do? Nah, he tough. As he's like drinking some beer or something. Is it just my pawn that keeps running in head first? I'll answer that question now. No, I don't think it is. I think it's this mod that's deciding for whatever reason it wants your character to run in. Okami Lumi is having a panic attack. Why is he having a panic attack? Let's see. I don't have a single friend. He ate raw food. He's craving intimacy, and there are dull barracks. Okay. We need to build more rooms, I guess. I think also we need to have a lot more arts projects going on. Let's try do this. Let's make a small sculpture. We'll have it just be wood. We'll make a... Oh! We have no wood. No one's chopping down trees. Okay. I want to make approximately, like, How many colonists do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to make 13 statues that we can put into people's rooms to give them a little bit of a prettier room in that case. Look at Okami's traits. Maybe that'll explain the panic attack. Let's have a look. Unstable. Prone to random mood swings. Yeah, I think that's probably it. He's also anxious. So, oh, but that's just global loss certainty factor. That should be fine. He is a diligent student, though. So, oh, diligent student means that with any no passion, his multiplier is increased by 35? Okay. That's not half bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I can make art finally. Yeah, we just need people to begin cutting down trees, but no one's cutting down trees. That's the issue. That's a big issue. Baby doesn't count. The baby will have their own room eventually, right? Okami casually getting the most goated pawn. I mean, he's really good, except that he's also got a whole bunch of really bad ones. He's a technophobe for one, he's got an annoying voice, and he's unstable and anxious. Like, really unfortunate ones here in that case. And feels satisfaction from destroying mechanoids? Interesting. I'm wondering what class Okami might want to go for. I'll have to ask him. Should probably remove unstable. Yeah, if he could, we could remove unstable in that case. So, let's see. Okami Lumi had a mental break and developed the pyromaniac traits. Are we joking? Really? My brother, what are you doing? Really? He's developed a pyromaniac trait? Okami Lumi, I need you to change this right now. You just want to randomly set stuff on fire? They had to nerf him somehow. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, look at how many passions he has. He has plants, crafting, medical, melee, cooking, and he started with 9 in medical and 14 in melee. I mean, those are crazy. He got quite good ones as well, in terms of traits. It's just unfortunate that he decided, you know, to do that. Let's see. Let's upgrade everyone's abilities. War Merchants. Okay. What are these guys? Okay. We'll maybe find some weapons that they can give us or something, and then we'll see how that goes. Are these steel walls? These are slates. Okay, never mind. I thought those were steel walls. We need more wood. We need more wood. We need more wood. As soon as I said anything he develops pyromaniac, yeah. That means that he's randomly going to set our base on fire, which I'm kind of worried about. I probably need to lock him up whenever he's having a mental break. Let's see. We want to have people upgrade their classes. So when it comes to Solstice, I think we'll probably increase the potency of the elixir because that's really good. We'll increase all of these right now. For you, Helios, you said you wanted to change class later anyway, so that's fine. We can increase fetid fumes, I think. Oh, and it requires 2 each time. Kosan is nothing. D6. You're 1 point away from EAP Shell, which I want to upgrade to maximum because it's really good. Virgil, you have a whole bunch of skill points. Stalker's Gaze. Sends a chilling gaze over an area, sending any hostile humanoids to flee for their lives. Oh, okay. Or we can do Polymorph. Transforms a pawn in the target area into random beasts. Yeah, I think that's pretty funny. Okay, max targets 5 and radius 3. Maybe we can get some radius increase? Okay, enemy 80, 60, 60. Wait, at level 3 we can permanently polymorph people? That's actually hilarious. Wait, what? Do our pawns auto-use the skills? After they reach a certain level, they do auto-use. So I can click on... Where was Helios? Currently, he's at a high enough level where he can auto-use fetid fumes, but he won't auto-use anything else, unfortunately. If we check Virgil, he will automatically use Arrow Storm, Barbed Arrow, and Clarion Call. If we look at... Oh, okay, gunsmithing is done. For gunsmithing, we'll do flak armor, just so that we can invest in that. I'm thinking smoke pop packs now because we know Okami is going to be a pyromaniac. We probably want smoke pop packs. Those are basically extinguishers, fire extinguishers. And D6, you need to interact with them, the war merchants. And if you look at Disco, actually, we need to upgrade some stuff here. We need to give him some stuff. So let's do... Oh, okay. Cannot talk properly. Okay. I don't know why you can't talk properly. But yeah, some of them can. I read they can also forget unused skills. No, that is something I've disabled. So that won't happen. They will never forget any skills that they don't use. What do we want from here? They don't really have much. We could get rid of... Yeah, we can get rid of some of these steel stuff. I think the steel longsword is probably by far one of the best, so we'll hold on to that. Can get rid of some of these recurve bows, get rid of that, get rid of the bad revolvers. We're keeping this anti-material rifle for sure. They've got a thrum bow. Okay, pretty good. We'll get rid of the blouse, hoodie, skirt. And that's about it. They don't have any jeans. They only sell weapons, these guys. But they don't really have a whole lot. They have a giant's bow, but we don't have anyone that can wield it, unfortunately. They do have a steel spear, an excellent steel spear, but... Will my beautiful perk help getting discounts from merchants? Yes. Anything that increases your favor with someone else also increases how much you can buy and sell things for. So you being beautiful is unironically a strategy to earning better trade deals. Any gun good for me? No, they were only selling melee weapons for the most part. I want to buy stuff? Well, have you checked what we have so far? I would suggest so. Let's only do clear all, and we only care about apparel. But let's copy settings and then link everything, I think. Link, and then paste settings. There we go. So now these are linked, and now they will only contain apparel. Because I don't know why they keep storing the shelves with, with medicine? Like, why? We don't want medicine on here. No, this should be for medicine. Okay. Buy schematic. What did you buy? What schematic did you get? The fundamentals of moisture pumps. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's for moisture pumps, I'd imagine. How do I do it? Oh, you can do look up, and then you can find, like, fish. And then you can... Oh, we're auto-saving? I guess there's nothing for fish. There are no fishing rods specifically. But you can say, for instance, look up sword. Oh, I think... Am I just wrong about this? What? Why can't I find anything? Gun? There we go. Yeah. There should be stuff, so you can look through that and find various stuff through it. But we do also have spears and everything, Virgil, so let's see. Oh no, I did just sell a whole bunch of our melee weapons, but I think we should be fine. Oh, look, Okami's cooking. Is he the only one that's making meals? Is no one else focused on cooking? It's like one of his lowest priorities, but okay. I got my hammer. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my gosh, wait, you've got an insane amount of coins, Virgil. What? Yeah, you bought a pump shotgun. Oh, and now Okami's transporting it or hauling it over into the inventory. What you should do is, I think it's exclamation mark buy, then use, and then pump shotgun, and it will immediately equip it to you. Where did you store the pump shotgun? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we'll drop the pump shotgun, I think, and then we'll get Virgil to force equip it so that he at least holds on to that. Here we go. Oh wait, but you've got a charge lance. Are you sure you want both of these? You're just buying a whole bunch of guns now just because you can. My goodness, man. Cargo pods, yeah. Let's see. What guns can we craft? Oh, we need to build production benches for this. Let's see. We need a machining table. And we'll put that here, I think. Wait. Oh, we can do this. Yeah, we can do that. And then we need... I think that's about it. We just need the machining table for right now. We can also make a research bench here. High-tech research bench. That's what we want. And then we'll also reinstall this. Okay, fine meals. Yeah, you can immediately use, or, yeah, you can immediately use some of the items if you do, like, buy, use, fine meal, for instance, and then you do that. And then you can, immediately use it and eat it if you want. And it's the same with, I think, where use isn't a command on its own, unfortunately. Because, it can only use things directly in your inventory. Yes. I'm trying to figure out what guns we can craft, but we don't currently have a machining table to be able to craft guns, so I'm going to check in a moment. That's why I'm trying to find it. I just want prestige marine armor. That's like endgame armor. That's going to take forever to get to. What happens if we eat 100 fine meals? Either you're going to be wasting food, or your stomach is going to explode because you're super bloated. I'm not actually sure what's going to happen. Your stomach could probably explode from being too bloated. That's a lot of stuff in the cargo pods. Muffalo wool, muffalo wool, muffalo wool. It's all just muffalo wool. Never mind. I thought it would be something better. Oh, did you give me a melee weapon before you sold them all? You raise a good question. I did not. I did not. Here, we've got the steel longsword that I wanted you to have. And you are here. So, I will give you force equip the steel longsword. And hopefully that should be fine. So Brown needs to try that. Dude, I'm sure he will absolutely do something like that in the future. There we go, and now we've got a masterful bow. Get this boy a weapon. There we go. He's got a weapon now. He should be A-okay. Who was I in the middle of, like, upgrading the skills of? Okay, we've got Virgil, who needs some of his skills. Bow training. Well, no, that won't help him because he decided to go with the pump shotgun now. So he's not gaining any benefit from not using arrows or anything. We should probably do... Oh, it's both magic and might. Let's see, spirit wolves? Summons a pack of spirit wolves? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then we'll get 1 level of polymorph as well. What does this do? Range 55. Can we auto-cast? No. Why are these not auto-cast ones? Shapeshift as well? Oh, no, that requires a scroll. Let's see. Enchant that sword with the blood of wild elementals. We can craft runes, but we need to find the magic, or we need to research the magic for it and whatnot to imbibe it or inscribe runes into the sword. Because, yes, that's possible. So, Og, how do we go about changing class? Do I just buy another book, or do you spawn it in and I lose some of my skill points in exchange? You have to buy a book, and then I will let you swap to that class, but keep in mind, the downside is that I think you will lose all of your skill points. That is the main downside. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to look. A flame bow? Okay. We will get you to equip the flame bow then, Virgil. Let's see. You can equip as a sidearm? Yeah... I think we just force you to use it so that you can use your arrow storms and barbed arrow skills. I think that's what we'll have you do. Why do I have 4 and 3 points? Is 1 for skills and 1 for spells? Yeah, it's divided between mights and magic. A little bit of a might and magic joke there. Let's see. Nightshade is really good. We're going to make you auto-use Nightshade. We're going to make you auto-use Blink. And we can make you auto-summon things as well. I think that should be fine. We'll do Toxic Reserve. I super recommend this. This is why I'm dumping all your points into that. But essentially, if you hit someone, you will paralyze them and you will cause damage over time. Nightshade is really, really busted in how strong it is. Good night. Good night, Virgil. Take care. And I hope to see you tomorrow for some Resident Evil 4 remake, where we finally fight the last boss and then move on to Ada's side story. But I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay. What more do we want to level up here? I think maybe we get... Soul Bond is going to give you a passive bonus and allow you to teleport to and from a marked pawn. But it depends on who you want to apply that to. You gotta end? Yeah, I'm going to end the game tomorrow. Don't worry. And... yeah, my stream technically would have been over, but I really do like Rimworld, so I'm playing a little bit more, you know? You know? I don't mind. I don't mind. I rendered all my videos and everything, and now right after stream, I'm immediately gonna go back to working on the monthly compilation. I need to find all the videos and just chop them all down into a 10-minute video or something. And then I'll post that to the main channel, and I'll let you guys know. I'll post it whenever it's done, in the middle of the week, so that should be fun. Let's see, what do we want to go for Mites, however? Okay, no, Mites is fine. Here. This is casting time, and it's the recharge time and range. I think that might be better for now. Shadow Walk is actually crazy good, so never mind. Maybe we do Shadow Walk, and we do 1 in Lingering Shadow, and then we do 2 in Shadow's Caress, so that you can heal the caster and the target. That's really good. Shadow Walk makes me teleport, probably that. Okay, so the differences are that Blink will teleport you to anywhere that you can see within the target location, and you will automatically use it for traveling and moving around. Shadow Walk will move you to anywhere on the map where a player or a pawn exists. It is really good, and you can upgrade it to give you 2 seconds of invisibility or 4 seconds of invisibility, and then you can also heal yourself and the target when you teleport to them if they're an ally. If it's an enemy, it won't heal them, but you can also then combine it with Shadow Strike, where you do 1 really big knockout blow on the enemy. So it's really good. It increases your attack speed. That's cool. Is it automatic, or is only Blink automatic? Only Blink is automatic, unfortunately. The blue flavor video is your undisputedly masterpiece. I really hope that that's not my magnum opus, you guys. I really hope that's not my magnum opus. But I guess I'll have to see when I make some more videos. Okay. Here we go. We've got the machining table. What can we make? We can make an incendiary launcher, a smoke launcher, an EMP launcher. These need separate shells. We can make a bolt-action rifle, a pump shotgun, some frag grenades, Molotovs, EMP grenades, kid helmets, and gas masks. We don't have any pollution-based weaponry. But yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of stuff that we can make, a whole lot of weapons, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Seems we need a lot of wood for lights. Yeah, no one's cutting down trees, despite me having marked all of them, so we just don't have any wood. They should put that library... they should put that video in the Library of Congress. Oh, I don't know. I don't think blue is a flavor, but maybe they should use it as reference for people and how willing they are about convincing others that blue is supposedly a flavor, you know? I think Shadow Walk is better, though. Maybe even 1 level in Blink might be good later, so I'm just getting around a bit faster. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm spreading out some of your points for some of the other stuff. There's also the psychic system instead, so if you weren't interested in magic, you can have a psychic system and a magic system as well. We've got both of them at the same time, basically, but it's really hard to become a psychic, because you need a special Psylink neuroformer, I think it's called, to implant that into someone's brain, and then they can use psychic powers. But then you also need to find the skill books for the psychic powers, yada yada yada. So, it takes a while. EMP nades for me. 1 mecha raid. One day a mecha will raid us and I'll come to save the day. I can throw on some EMP grenades. Let's do that. I think they should be... Let's see. Can we check details about it? No. Okay, not until we make them we won't be able to see the details for it. But yeah, I think they should be reusable. So worst case, we just take them to the mending table and mend them. Actually, do we even have a mending table? We don't. Okay. Also, we've got our first statue. We're gonna throw it in here next to the dining table. Nice. Can someone give me 1,000 coins to buy a trait? Are you sure you guys want to invest? Do you know what he might buy with his investment? Also, we really need someone to just chop down a whole bunch of trees, please. Solstix, I think, is the only one dedicated to that. I think Disco, you are as well, but... Oh, both of you are really focused on growing plants, so no one is cutting down trees. I think it's considered plant cut, or for cutting down trees. I'm not exactly sure. I'll play double back. Spear free immediately. Yes. Now the 2,000. when you owe it to me. We'll have to see. Disco Enderman. Okay, you've got more magic now. More magic. Let's see. Oh, what's the tough one? Okay. Let's give you that D6. Dude, how do I keep losing you? Here you are. My gosh. Tough. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but you've got 1 extra because of the straight one, so tough. Here we go. Add. And just so you know, as well, you can also get the gene for being tough. So if there are some traits that you want but don't have enough slots for, you can eventually get a gene for it as well. Then there are also some which are literally tough skin, which reduces your damage taken by an even further, I think, 25%. So it would be 75 of 50% of whatever your resistance stat is after wearing gear. Is there a swag gene? No. No, there are no swag genes. There are beauty genes. There are those. So that works. but no, there are no swag genes. Unfortunate for you, D6. There are also no backflip genes. Oh, am I dead? No, you're just bald. So it's kind of the same thing. I mean, the Norwood Reaper did come after you, but that was your punishment. As mentioned last stream, you are alive. The only people that died were Shark and who else? Oh gosh, have I already forgotten? I think it was one of the new colonists that came in. So it was, let's see, Snyder. Yeah, we barely knew him, but he was the son of Sol, I think. Solsticks. And then also we've got Shark here, who just died. So I'll trigger the Vamp event next. I need those genes. Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully you can get those genes soon. But also we need more resources if we're going to make anywhere for you the Death Rest, man. So and the new colonist. Yeah, exactly. It's not technically a random pawn, right? It's I mean, they still mattered. It was still someone's son, you know? We don't care about the prisoner. We don't mind the prisoner in this case. Anyone want to cut down? Oh, look! Spearfree's going for it. Thank you! Thank you for cutting down trees! We needed the wood! Oh, and now he's done. Also, we need to sort your schedule. I forgot we didn't do that for Okami. We need to sort out his work schedule so everyone... You know what? We're gonna increase everyone's work hours a little bit. We need a little bit more productivity. Actually, no. I'll let you have a little bit more of a break in the morning. I think that's fine. It was someone's son. Yeah, but that father also has a lot of sons, too. I mean, yes, but, like... Yes, but... You know, still. Still. Okay. Gifting coins. I need materials for my arts. Yeah, we also need materials for, like, all of the torches and the coolers. Because otherwise, we're just going to overheat and die. At least Ruria has a cooler on still, because otherwise she's going to just overheat and die as well. But, you know, we need more wood. Got wood? His son looked older than him anyway. That could probably be because of biotechnology stuff, you know, man? So, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's do a growing zone, but maybe we'll make some, like, fiber corn. Oh, I don't know if I want this to be here. Let's delete this one. And yet another farm. We need to make another farm, and I think we'll make it for wood so that we can just passively farm that the entire time. Let's make a farm over here, and we'll add... What is it? Where's fiber corn? There it is. Wood-like substance. Wait, is it nutritious? No. Harvest yield, it'll produce 3 wood. I don't even know if that's any good. Maybe it's not, but oh well. And then we can also build a bridge over here, I'm thinking. We can add... There it is, bridge. And then we'll add a bridge over here. Oh, someone's entering the map or a new event is generating. Yeah, here we go. Research finished harp? What? Oh, someone was reading a schematic for the harp. I was so confused. We weren't researching that. Bro, where's the rare Thrumbo? They've left the map. We didn't tame them in time, I don't think. Yeah, we didn't tame them in time. We still only got thrombosis. How as far as my Thrumbo been trained. We just finished guard. So now Thrombosis will guard. That's about it. That's about it. Let's see. Break risk for Virgil and Mr. Brown? Why? Alcohol withdrawal? Okay. And Virgil has a mental breakdown. Why? Because he's complained to the mayor. Okay. Oh, here we go. Which colonist event should happen? Gender swap? Wild human or a wanderer? We probably don't want wanderer joins. Who are we gonna gender swap? That's gonna be pretty... Is someone just gonna become a woman? Or is someone gonna become a man? A wild human is just a random dude showing up. We could probably hunt them down. If they have good genes, maybe, but it's probably unlikely. I've seen a couple of wild human events, and some of them are just like, yeah, you get this really ugly insect guy that shows up. Oh, Augerina's fully healed now. Yahoo! Yahoo! Any more statues? No. We do have... Oh, we've got the Ultra Tech heart still, but probably no one with a... I don't think level 9 medical skill is enough, in my opinion. I don't want Brown to impregnate me, so not 3. That's hilarious, actually. Wait! Unless he's the one that becomes the woman. But if Brown gets gender swapped, we can all impregnate. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Helios. He's been the leading cause of pregnancy in the colony thus far, so what if he became the woman instead? You know? I don't think it's too far-fetched. I'm just saying. We need to build a couple more rooms, but we just have no wood. No one... We need more people to cut down trees. Didn't you put his passion down? I think I removed his drive completely. Where is he? Mr. Brown, psychology. Yeah, I've removed his drive completely. He just doesn't have one anymore. Gosh, and to think he was just going around spreading and sowing seeds, you know? My gosh, man. You're just working in the dark here, D6. It was divine intervention. It was. We had to stop him, okay? We can't take care of 2 more kids. Black armor. There we go. Now we've got some flak armor. Question is... Yeah, blowback operation. We're gonna now continue all the way up to multi-barrel weapons so that we can have a couple of turrets and whatnot. Oh, deep drilling is actually crazy good as well. Maybe drilling will be good later on, but we don't want to focus on it right now. Buy flak helmet. The requested item is disabled? Oh, that sounds weird. Let's check the mods. Toolkit. Store. Items. Black. No, it's enabled. Black helmets? How is that? Why is that disabled? Is it maybe because of something else? Toolkit utils? No. Toolkit channel points? No. I'm not sure. I guess we need to craft it. I also saw the simple helmet in the craft menu. Yeah, everything we research we can craft at this point. Make more traps and defensive walls. Yeah, it's just that we need everyone to focus on, you know, cutting down trees so we don't overheat and die. But also, yes. Let's begin outlining, I think. We can make... Wait, what bricks do we have? Stonecutter table. We have made a whole bunch of limestone blocks. So we'll make a whole bunch of limestone walls. We'll do diagonal ones. And we probably want more space behind here. So we'll do this. We'll do... this. Oh, we've got a marshland over here. Come on. We'll do that. And then we want to probably... We can cut off this part, I think. Oh, we don't want to dig in there. Please? Here we go. Cancel. And then we'll build here. Oh, and that goes over marshland as well. Man, the jungle sucks! The jungle really sucks! And then we're gonna have a wall... Oh my gosh, more marshland! Please, buddy. Okay, we're building this. I I can craft flak helmets, don't worry. Let's check. Flak helmets. Oh wait, it requires plasteel. Do we have any, we don't have any plasteel. We wouldn't be able to make it. I can make a couple of simple helmets instead. We can make some of that. Let's make simple helmets out of steel. And then we'll make, let's say, 4. And then we'll have our pawns auto-equip them as well. Okay, 5 plasteel. Yeah. If we get enough plasteel, we should be fine. It's 10 per helmet. So then we'll make 2. And then we'll make this out of steel as well. I don't know why it auto-selects Arcalium and Demon Scale. I don't want it to use those. Those are super duper rare. Wild man wanders in. His name is Humps. Past tense or present tense? Or continuous, rather. He's just got tough, and he's just a baseliner. Do we care about him? What has he got? What has he got in his backpack? 104 silver. Facts? If we check his health tab... Oh, never mind. We don't know about him. I was gonna say, I thought he might be ripped, but who knows? Probably not anymore. Send me to meet him. Since he's wild, I don't think he knows how to communicate. Let's check. If we take you and right-click, we can just attack him, arrest him, or... nothing. I vote to blood bank him. Wait, why is there a waste rat? Kill him. We don't want waste rats. They can introduce, oh, we've got ambrosia. Okay, nice. Here we go. Harvest ambrosia. That's a money-making source right there.
Nom 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 nom.
I love ambrosia. Arrest him? Okay. Let's arrest him. Kaya's having a mental break. Why? Tainted flak vest. Yeah, that's your fault. You put that on, not me. Okay, let's get Okami to do it because he's got the highest... Oh, wait. Maybe it's based off of... Okay, 41%. E6. How do I keep losing you? Here we go. 50% chance. Who else? Amana, 50% chance. Kaya, 50% chance. It's all 50% chance. Waste Rat is here because of all the dead bodies in the mountain that haven't been buried. No, it's because I think we're close to a toxic biome. Let's check. Are we close to any kind of toxic waste biome? Yeah, wait. No? No, that's just a tropical swamp. Where's the closest pollution zone? I think it must be from somewhere else. I've never seen a waste rat in my playthrough. We only have like 3 bodies here. And one of them is mechanoid. Actually, 2 of them are mechanoid. Here we go. Fast learner, please. Okay. Disco? Fast learner. Wait, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then technically this doesn't count. Okay, that should be fine. Fast learner. There we go. Now you've got 7. 6, 7. I'll go arrest the guy, take my girls with me just in case. Yeah, I can do that. Let's take you. And then you will go arrest him. And then hopefully your girls are coming with too. Oh, one of them will, because the others are asleep. Oh, no, here they come. Wait up, wait up. Wild Human brought it in with him. That's true, actually. Maybe he had it in his backpack. Wait, one of them doesn't count? Yeah, this one. Wait. Let's see. The shadow one doesn't count because that's just your class. So that's why. And the asexual one doesn't count. So actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got slot for 1 more. Oh, so actually I have 6? Yeah, exactly. You've got 1 left. 5 plasteel, cool. Where? Oh, there you are. Walking past the entire herd of elephants. I feel like everyone's going to just go for fast learner and whatnot, but just keep in mind you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to remove those as well, so you know. Please succeed in arresting him, otherwise you're gonna have to beat him over the head and then capture him that way. If we ever need more steel, then we'll just destroy some of the cars. You can also change them, like remove ugly. Yeah, you can, exactly. Just remove some of the bad ones. Oh, he didn't resist. Okay, cool. Never mind. I mean, it was a 40% chance, but, you know, it worked. There we go. Also, no one's come to Holby's. Let's see. Hauling. Yeah, they should be hauling. Training? Follow master while drafted, follow master while doing field work. I think we'll set this... Do you mind if I set this to no, Helios, for all of the beast girls so that they actually do more of their chores? Because I think they're not doing a majority of their chores because they're following you around a whole lot. I should probably remove ugly for the sake of the colony. Everyone is sad near me. Maybe. Nah, they can do chores. Yeah, but I'm wondering if I should remove the ability for them to always be around you in that case, because otherwise they'll never help haul things around the map. But they need to come to me when drafted. Yeah. So turning this off is fine? Because right now they will always only follow you. So they will prioritize you over their chores. Unless you're drafted. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, cool. I'll just disable that then. So that they can do other things that aren't nearby you. I did that for that one, then for this one, then for this one, then for this one, then for... no, that should be fine. It was just them. Nice. How's my pawn? Let's check. Your pawn is doing fine. You're craving intimacy, you slept in the cold, and you've not left the colony, but you also ate raw food. Unfortunate, but such is life. Oh, he had an elephant spear on him. Nice. That deals quite a bit of damage, actually. Not half bad. Maybe that's a potential weapon to be giving one of our colonists. Okay. Anything else? Animal filth. An animal is producing filth indoors? Your thrombosis is pooping all over the floor, apparently. And that's what's happening. Causing a whole bunch of animal filth to be built up. Send someone to take that spear out of the prison. Ironically, I don't think they'll do anything about it. Also, let's strip this guy. Actually, we don't have to do that. We can just designate which ones... Oh no, we do have to strip him. Okay. Because the smoke pop pack is actually really good. It's for a defensive smoke screen against ranged attacks. So, thrombosis can sleep outside. Okay. Let's build a cop. Oh, wait, no. We've got some here. Thrombosis. You should sleep there. Because you are just bringing dirt inside the house. Only the girls deserve to sleep inside. And cats. True, true. Put the angel in the gene thing. Let's see. Can we even throw him in? No. He's still regenerating. 15 days left. Oh, we can't put the Idakin in there, though. We can put the Idakin in, though. Let's see. Why does that thing even fit in the house? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just really tall, but not wide? She is 137 years old, apparently. Quite the old one. The Grandma Thrumbo. I don't know how many years they live. Maybe we can check? Here. Where is life expectancy? 220. Yeah, she's kind of old. She's like halfway through. They grow to be 220 years old, typically. Nice. And we're still building the perimeter. We need to add some doors as well, actually. We'll add a door here. We'll add a door here. We'll add a door here. There. And there. Then we need at least... Okay, we'll add one there. And that should be okay. Then we've at least got a... you know what? I'll remove or I'll cut down all of the trees on this side. Actually, they add to beauty, but I don't know. Helios has been watching for 30 consecutive streams. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we put other pawns in that gene thing? We can. It's just that we're all baseliners, which means that we only have hair and color. So we don't have much else, unfortunately. That's about it. If we did have other ones, then yes, for sure. Let's see, however. Oh, we've got another statue. That's nice. One new statue goes... in... Whose room will be the first? I think we throw it into Solstix's room. This is just closest. Then we can throw one into Silent Sights, maybe? And then we can throw one into... Oh, we've actually got an unowned bed here. Let's put... Ukami in here. There we go. Let's do that. And now we're busy building the wall. Our great wall that will hopefully keep out some more of the enemies. Or at least a little bit. Until it doesn't. Silent Scythe has presented Kosan with an exquisite leaf. Well done. Quite the leaf they have there. What am I doing? Let's check. You're currently cutting down limestone into bricks. So chunks into bricks. That's what you're doing. Okami is currently making simple steel helmets. And Spearfree is making arts for the house. The Great Wall of Augustan. Why? Because we're building the wall. We need the bricks for the wall. Does plate armor give any stat downs? Yes. We can take a look at, for instance, Helios and his gear. And then we'll click on his plasteel. We can see that it decreases one's beauty by 3. It also has a delay for equipment. It also has a delay for movement speed. I think that's it. It does have a bit of insulation against the cold. I think some armors will reduce the comfortable ranges, but that's about it. I want the plasteel I bought to be used for my flak helmet, please. Yeah, it'll only be used for that. I don't think we have anything else that is using plasteel right now. So that should be used for the flak helmet. I don't think it will be used for anything else. We're just focused on... Yeah, we just made the simple helmets now, so now we're going to focus on the flak helmets. So that should be A-okay. So what armor would be good for my class, or does it not matter that much? It honestly doesn't matter that much, I would say. You can wear just about anything and then compensate with it for extra skills. Plus, you don't need a lot of movement speed. You will just teleport to everyone. So you could be really slow, hit someone over the head with a mace, and call it a day. That's like all you need to do, basically. You don't need to worry about doing anything else. Anything else here? Solstix is wearing tattered clothing. We need to make a mending bench. Do I have that? Also, butcher table? Okay, we have a butcher table. No, we do not have that. Okay. I think we should maybe make a drug lab. Oh. So let's reinstall this here, because I'm going to upgrade this table. Those are his dead son's clothes? Wait, are they? I don't think they are. Let's see. Mega Sloth wool, heavy fur, Gambison, cloth jacket, bison apron. No, okay. Wait, you've got a legendary helmet? Psychic sensitivity reduced by 90%? You're wearing a foil helmet, Solstix? A legendary one? Dude, that's hilarious, actually. No wonder you've been unaffected by any of the psychic soothes or disruptions. Crazy. Can we craft medicine yet? I can make the drug lab, and we can see. So we'll make the drug lab here, just because it's the smallest corner, and then we'll see if it does. Protected from 5G. So true! So true! Let's also get rid of this. I need to eventually make roads. Actually, let's place down a bunch of rows in the meanwhile. Neutral in terms of looks. Do we want to do paved tiles? What do you guys think? Do we want to have nice, pretty roads, or do we want to have just, like, I don't care, roads? Sandstone pebble. Let's see. Is it pretty? Okay, it is pretty. We can do limestone pebble roads everywhere. No, I wait for Solstix to start his own conspiracy theory religion with his tinfoil helmet on. Exactly. We could do flagstone. Flagstone is pretty okay. Can our pawns create desire paths by simply walking around a lot? No, but that is a mod. That is a mod that you can just create a bunch of desire paths. I could get that, actually. That might be pretty fun. You know what? Let me download that right now in the background. Rimworld Workshop Desire Path. Desire Paths 1.6 I need. And then I think it's this one? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we know. Now we can have desire paths. Cool. And just so you know, paths as well, they increase movement speed. But it would be pretty good to know what the desire paths look like before we decide to build a whole bunch of things. So I just tend to observe where they walk. So like we see here, they go around like this, then they go around like that. So if anything, we could have a door here. And that would probably shorten our time. I really like that mechanic in Death Stranding. Yeah, it is pretty cool. A crash shuttle? Oh my gosh. Wait, who are these guys? They will be badly wounded. The crash ship can be deconstructed for useful resources. They're not affiliated with any faction. Well. Industrious? Okay, I'll give you the... Hold on. Industrious. Here we go. You are now industrious, and you've got extra work speed. Wish more games had something like that. I do too. It's such a cool thing. Kill those aliens? They're not aliens. They're just guys. He's gonna bleed out. He's gonna bleed out. We'll probably have to beat this guy over the head because he's an Ifrit. Heat immunity, but he has a fire obsession. He's also very unhappy. Do we want to try get some of these guys? Is that a Men in Black 2? I don't think so. No, he's a, Oh, it is! It is a woman in black. Okay. She's bald, though. Also polyamorous. We can... get rid of these guys. He's a guardian, apparently. Which means he has a whole bunch of protection spells and whatnot. Why are we farming genes exactly? Because we want to become superhumans. And to be superhumans means farming genes. Okay, you know what, Helios? You're going to arrest this guy? Oh. We don't have any more space. Okay. We need to extend this. We should kill the wild one. Yeah, we can do that. We can... Okay, execute is one of our things. Also, we weren't hemo farming him. We'll hemo farm you, we'll hemo farm you. That's it. And then we need to expand our prison for the future. So we'll do something like that. That will become our new room to the prison. We'll kill the wild one since he's not needed. I agree in that case. Okay, and then we'll just grab all of these things and we'll deconstruct the shuttle chunk. What else do we need to do, do you guys think? I think, however, well, good for him. Yeah, I mean, he wants to be a vampire, but also we want really good genes so that we can be basically superhumans, right? Like, everyone wants to be ageless. Does arresting someone count as being drafted? Yeah. Arresting someone means that you have to draft, because otherwise you can get into combat, and if you weren't drafted in that moment, then you would be attacked. So, why so long today? Because I can, but also because, you know, coincidentally, Silent Scythe, it is that time. Yeah, it's that time. Unfortunate, isn't it? But it looks like that's gonna be it for today. I was actually meant to end it about 10 minutes ago, but I wanted to try wrap things up, and then my wrapping things up became wrapping those things up, and then that became wrapping that up. So, in a way, you prompted me to do it because I was trying to stop things in the background, but I just kept getting distracted. I was like, you know, this is really fun. So, well, my apprentices. What do we think of today? I know that you guys missed some of the season 2 first half discussion for Spice and Wolf, but I hope you enjoyed the AniManga Club nonetheless, and I also hope that you guys enjoyed some of the Rimworld gameplay as well. Turns out I forgot to actually change the stream subject, so it looks like I just never swapped the title and everything. That's my bad. Good night, Unc. Don't forget to take all your medications. How dare you? I only take supplements. I don't take medications. I don't take medications. I only take supplements. Okay? I take my creatine, my glutamine, my omega-3, my zinc, my magnesium, all of that. Okay? So, only supplements. That's all I do because I want to be super duper healthy and live for however many thousands of years I have left. I can get demon horns, wings, and tail now, so today was good. Yeah, unfortunately we lost that guy previously, right? You missed vitamin D3, K2, and B complex. I already have those in a combo one. I've got a primary multivitamin tablet or pill, and then I've got a micronutrient pill. So, will we take the same thing? Yeah, basically. It sounds like it. I'm not aging, I just like staying young forever. Seems like we should never meet IRL. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Is there something wrong with me taking that many? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Perhaps I will have to undergo a training arc. We die because of the doppelganger theory. Okay, that could be possible. I'm always surprised, like, whenever I hear about the similarities. But then again, there is one major difference in this timeline, and it's my, I don't want to call it unenjoyment because I can still enjoy it, but rather my lack of passion towards the slice of life genre, you know? So I feel like that's one of the differing things. But otherwise, yeah, I feel like we agree quite a bit, you know? Otherwise, that will come with age. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Young Padawan? You know what? You're calling me young. So, you know what? That's fine. Call me young. Call me young if you want to. But, I am young. That's fine. You know what? Continue. Next Sunday is the rest of Season 2. Exactly. I will also, on Monday, be reopening the round 3 of voting, or rather round 4, I suppose now, because we chose to continue watching Season 2 with Spice and Wolf. I will begin reopening the round 4 on Monday for voting for the superhero series. So please, keep in mind that in the Discord server, there will be the AniManga round 4 voting for superhero series. And this time, it will not include Spice and Wolf Season 2, because obviously, we've watched that. So, that'll have to be that. Oh, right, superhero is next? Yes, exactly. Wait, I can double check. Which ones do we have? Next is the superhero series? Yeah. We had, in the round 3 votes, we had One Punch Man, Madoka Magica, and Tiger and Bunny. But majority was in favor, or rather unanimously in favor, that we should continue watching Spice and Wolf. So that's what we did. And just so you guys know, Magical Girl does count as superhero. It includes transformations with different outfits. It includes characters saying the names of their attacks out loud. It includes characters saving the day or fighting evil, you know? So we'll see about that. There was, unfortunately, I didn't see any of those, so I'm curious to see what will win. You get to vote. If you just have the AniManga role in the Discord server, you're free, more than free then. No, not Morgan Freeman. You're more than free to vote for whichever one you want. Cardcaptor Sakura was possible too. Indeed, it was. I wonder if arguably you could say Yu-Gi-Oh was possible as well, because you could you could watch the hero decks be played. You can also suggest an anime. Exactly. But I'm gonna go now. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of your day and see you guys tomorrow, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, apprentices. Bye bye.